and my trembling lips grow ice cold once again. My voice drowned by the loud rustling leaves with my wish unspoken. Won't you set free the ever-repeating words spoken aloud so they resonate as these emotions will surely come to light, shaping themselves into a resonant melody. Beneath the gloomy moonlight, helpless tears are falling. I still hope for a blooming spring, yet it remains unknown. Whether it's a protective veil or it can be a sharpened spear, these words will be a powerful melody I sing aloud. Will it reach you somehow? Awakening, cracks starts to fracture outward as the seed opens and grows a sprout, finally breaking free from the image in my constrained heart, emerging as a refrain. Behold the bud now that finally starts blooming into a flower so beautiful and strong. Setting me free, the ever-repeating words past the mirage and piercing through the wilderness with a swift and soaring phrase that channels my prayers, pouring down like a falling rain. And then the cycle will never cease until I finally learn to sing just like you.
Memento Mori.
Farewell to the past where I chased a dream. Now it's gone away. I found my place where I'm meant to be today. Can't recall where this emotion was born. Don't know where it truly belongs. Us, no flowers longing for the warmth that springs
Hold on. Hold on. P2 Studio, hurry up. Come on. I want to do the bit. Let me do the bit. Okay. Are we on? Oh, yes, we're on. Okay. Wait. Oh, shoot. I forgot. Hold on. I gotta change the source so you guys can see where it's from. Oh, my God. Okay. Yeah! Oh, wait. You guys can see me. Can you see me now? Wait, where am I? Why am I showing up? Where am I? Damn!
When a stranger's around, you know the rules and such a way. I feel commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I was just trying to tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. We knew each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but yet you shut us out. Inside we both know what's been going on. We know the game and we're gonna play it. And if you ask me how I'm feeling, don't tell me you're too blind to see. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna say a lie and hurt you. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
Oh my God, my cheeks are sore. How you guys doing? Having a great Valentine's so far.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna
Oh, I
give,
love her
never
cover
gonna
of this song,
give
dude.
you
It's such a banger.
We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but yet you shut us out. Inside we both know what's been going on. We know the game and we're gonna play it. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna
My
let you
My cheeks and throat are so sore, dude. I'm cramping up right now. Happy Valentine's Day! I hope that was a fantastic start to a special Phoenix Drive! Oh, thank you so much, Mika Vega, for the resub for 45 months! Siki, thank you for 3 years your diamond. Siki, thank you. Excuse me. Welcome in, y'all. I see you have an Orcas. So as Larry, Daisy, Carlos, VJ, shut up. Dancha, Helio Kami, Hosnoson, ABC Words, Hot Minute in here. Nice seeing you back in. Hi, Archa. This is the Perry version. Yes, yes, it is. The one and only awesome Per Indigo Butterfly themselves. But yes, highly recommend listening to the cover sometime if y'all got time. It is a banger. I don't know why she looks so sad in this like ending scene of like the video. I guess it's like never gonna give her up, right? And then I guess that's why the bad face there. But yes, highly recommend checking it out at some point. Yeah, haha, nice. Yeah, you got good taste, our chong. And welcome in as well. Hi, official pirate. Thanks to the MP flowers. It's a bird boy. Hi, Bella. Son of a. Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry, Vega. Welcome back in. Hi, D Davi. What's adjusting? Yang. Hi, Christmas. ______. Thank you so much, Earlier, for the 65 stream. What's track? Gotcha. Thank you. Starts her own stream, so I guess 5 more minutes. Yeah, that was done a little bit, so I had to use the bathroom after finishing eating like an apple. I'm sorry. Yeah, Pocket High. What's up, Lamb? Thank you so much for the 55 months of resubs. No longer just Lamb. You know, saves a little bit of breath. Back in for 4 years and 7 months, dude. How are you closing on the big 60-month? What? Oh my god, ain't no way. Thank you so much for so long, my guy. Thank you. 55 months in a row at that too. What the hell? Wait, in a row. Jesus. Thank you, Liam. Thank you. I said hi, Duty Macaque. Thank you so much for the 65 stream watch streak. Hold on, it's like quiet in here. Let me get the music back on. Let me just swap the source. Oh, that's loud. So it shows up in the bottom left. Okay, we're good. See, the best date is obviously June 9th. Nice. June 9th. On a related note, just 4 more streams until funny number. Yeah! Happy Valentine's Day, Pocket. Happy Valentine's Day, Dina Me Cat. Thank you so much for the 65 streak. Let's see who else I'm missing in here. Hi, Sleeps with Cheshire. Happy Valentine's Day, Pocket. What's up, Sleeps with Cheshire? What's good with you? Hi, your nightmare. See you earlier in the chat on Tio. Hi, Catacomb Enjoyer as well in the super early chat. And as is written, I'm so sorry. Some of you guys were like here at like the usual 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. EST time. I took an extra bit of time to take a quick walk, crash out in my bed, and then make a little bit of food. And by making a little bit of food, I had like an apple. I need to make a real dinner at some point. But we're going to power through today's stream, which is first day turtle listing, which was an idea I came up with at like 9 p.m. last night. I was like, I should do something fun for like Valentine's stream. I'm just like, I had no idea what I was gonna do, but I think this could be a fun idea. Hi, Pocket. Hi, Sulphonic Monk. Welcome back in as well. Hi, Pocky, Talkie. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Red Rat. I am stifling a sneeze so... I failed to stifle the sneeze. Oh well. Welcome back in though. Been a while since I hopped on your stream. Good to see you still read all the chats like a maniac. I do my best. You know, it's fine. It's as long as they don't expire before I get to that. But welcome back in as well, D Davi. Nice seeing you back in here too. Excuse me. 3 more days till we celebrate. No! It's not my year, but it will be the zodiac year of the horse. That would be correct. Just, you know, not related to yours truly whatsoever. Hola, buenos días, buenos tardes, buenas noches, ¿cómo está? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué acontece? ¿Qué cuentas? Hold up. All right, Kazakhstan, I got you. Give me 1 second. I understood the first half. I am going to do my best to understand the second half. Hi, Carlos! Thank you so much as well for the sub. 553 months! Thank you. Thanks to Vodka for being the 7th stream I'm watching at the same time today. Also, I don't stay to everyone. 7? Jesus, Carlos. How do you keep it with so many, dude? Does your brain just, I guess it's just, I don't know, the level, I suppose. Holy crap. Thank you so much for 4 years and 5 months. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Let's see here. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué acontece? Okay, that part I needed to figure out. What's going on? What's new? I see. Good. Yo soy muy bien. Yo soy Tabaru, Ringo, Toe, Goldfish. Wait, no. Why am I saying it like katakana? I don't know how you say fish in Japanese or Japanese. I can say it in Japanese. Sakana. Cause obviously Lucas Recoil in that one famous scene, and I recently started rewatching it partly because of the Nikkei collaboration. I love Lucas Recoil. Anyways, but yeah, what else am missing in here? Pocket can't comprehend attention. Yeah, I don't know. Sakana. Yeah, right. My record is 9. Let's go. Oh, I don't know if that's something I should be let's going, but I mean, your brain is definitely going. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm surprised your internet/computer can handle that, but I mean, good for it, you know. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And think about all the channel points you could acquire. I wonder if you could basically run a scheme if there's a way to like accumulate channel points on one channel and then use them at a different channel, like convert them from like one currency to another currency. Oh god, are we gonna have like a Twitch global currency race? Where like the most popular streamers are like the US, where they basically hold like the majority of the worldwide currency as its designated reserves, and then like the rest of us streamers are gonna have to like, you know, barter away to make our currency more valuable. Than I don't know, that'd be something. Anyways, I am getting a little bit warm, so I'm gonna take off my hoodie first, and then I'm going to get the first date, whatchamacallit, tier list maker that I literally Googled last night, pulled up, woohoo. Actually, wait, let me see if I can find one with like, cause I think it only had, ooh, this one has pictures. That's what I like to say. What is, okay, that's the problem with pictures though. It's like, I don't know what all of these are. I know it's like, you know what, this should be fine. I think this should be fine. You know what, it leaves a lot to the imagination. Also, I think my computer's lagging now from trying to load at the tier list maker website for some reason. Okay, I think we're fine now. Okay, give me 2 seconds while I cool off by taking the hoodie off. Alright, headphones coming back on. Fun fact, this economist back in the 1600s said everyone should allocate their money to the rich, so they just said how to spend it. Wow. That is definitely a one idea of many in the world. Okay, so what am I doing here? Let's grab Chaos Maker. Do I want the one with the pictures? Can I zoom in? Okay, let's see what happens if I... Oh, you know what? I just realized the ads might be a problem. Will they be a problem? I think... Okay, as long as we keep it to this, it should be fine. Yeah, I guess AdBlogger just doesn't work on this page. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so here is... Let me go to window capture... Switch to create first date. All right, here we go. Okay, so first date tier list maker. We are looking at the first one. Hi, Dexters. Welcome back in. As always, we're getting on. You getting paid anyway. It's okay. I'm hiding them for you, so you don't have to worry about them, and also so I don't have to worry about them. Okay. So let's do. Okay, first on the list, Netflix and chill. This one's fine. So here's the thing about like Netflix and chill and just like watching I guess shows or movies or whatever in general with like a person is this works when you already like have chemistry / connection and stuff. It's like it's something you do when you're already familiar with the person. But on a first date, I don't know about a first date because it's like you're mostly just sitting there watching. And it's like, unless you, I guess, like maybe already knew each other for like a while, you know, it's like from like, oh, you know, you've been friends for like, you know, a couple years maybe or something. And then like, you know, you decided to one day, I don't know, be like a tryout a thing or something like that. And it's like, I guess. But I'm like, Netflix is more so like, or just shows in general, I feel like is more of like a background. I feel like they don't really do anything necessarily to help further along the connection. It gives them to talk about for sure, I suppose. But I feel like it's something, at least for me, it's like something that you do when you're like already like established, already like familiar with each other's vibe, already like know what each other looks out for and stuff like that, what they like nitpick the most on when it comes to like, oh no, does your partner happen to pay extra close attention to like how well the actors' nails are done, or like or you know, the bags under their eyes or something that maybe aren't as well covered as they could be by like whatever foundation or whatever they're using on the makeup set. You know, it's like, and it's like, do you appreciate those parts about the other person, just noticing all those like little dumb little things in a show, or does that annoy you, or you know, or something else entirely? It's like, it's definitely something that is, I wouldn't necessarily consider first date material unless you're already really familiar with the person. But at this point, I think first date, I put D, honestly. It's supplementary. Well, I mean, it's not like you'd be having the worst time in the world. You could get, I'll give it a C. I'll give it a C. It's not like it's gonna negatively impact anything, but it doesn't really do anything, you know, in my opinion. It's a decent start for high schoolers, I guess. Maybe, yeah, maybe. It's my birthday. Yeah! Hope you're doing well. Happy Valentine's Day. Baka Neko, born on the big V-Day. Happy birthday, Baka Neko! Thanks for spending part of it with us here today. Hope you have / are having a great birthday, Baka Neko. There's McDonald's, right? Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a second. Pockets #1 first date idea is getting the other person's credit card numbers. The numbers, right, there you go. Exactly. High school Eagles making that. Wow. That's a hi, Psyche. Welcome back in as well. Hi, Scar. What do you expect this tier list to be about? How a first date with each servant would go? That is definitely another idea for sure. There are so many though. There are literally over 400 servants. I think we're up to like around 420 or so. Maybe a little bit more than that. Last I checked, it's a lot. That's a B for me. Pocket prediction is she would put McDonald's Valentine's as plus tier. I remember going to McDonald's in like groups of friends and stuff as a kid, and it's like, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. There's like one, actually, would it be too identifiable? Whatever. There's one that had like a fancy like touch activated table or whatever, and like you just make different colors. You're like, whoa, because there's just like a group of like us like dumb little teenagers or whatever discovering like just weird stuff for the first time. So like, I don't know, that was cool. Let me see here. Half the servants would be totally mental on modern days, probably. Maybe just a bit. But yeah. Okay, what is this? Bailar, dancing. Pocket, have you had a first date where you go to... Oh my god, no! Not that story. And no, that was... I've never actually... No, let me think about this. I have been to a Taco Bell, I suppose, in like the past. This is like the distant past with like an SO before, but like, I don't know if I consider that a date. That was just more of like a normal, regular outing before, I guess, when I think about it. I don't know. We're just chill, just hanging out, I guess, doing dumb shite. But yeah, we're talking about dream killing shutdown too. No, dude, why? No, August for first date, she rides on her date's motorcycle to the ramen place and the yap about gotcha math. Unironically, as cool and as, you know, the hot anime women on motorcycles, you know, niche is, I am terrified to be on a motorcycle. As much as like I could be with like the most responsible motorcyclist in the world, I just don't know if I trust the other drivers around me enough to not cause both of us to become pancakes. I have heard horror stories from one of my friends who works in a certain field that deals with certain outcomes that sometimes involve bad things that happen with motorcycles. And the stories I've heard make me extra scared. It's like, they're cool, but also would I actually IRL? I'm good. Oh, chocolate. Anyways, happy Valentine's Day. Thanks, but thank you. Must be ER. I won't say exactly which end of the outcome. Do I call it supply chain? I was about to say supply chain. Of the accident supply chain, but she is definitely involved in a part of it. I won't say which, but yeah, because I guess like her role specifically, I guess is kind of specific. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, you have to be very careful with every creature ever. Yeah, just to gloat about. And like me personally, if I ever like if I had $1 billion or whatever, get anything I wanted in the world, I would maybe like, I don't know, would I ever get an action motorcycle? I don't know if I get an action motorcycle. Maybe like a little, I don't know, like a little kitty dirt bike, and then just go on like little trails, like the hiking trails or whatever, just on my bike. They're allowed for bikes, like bike trails. That's probably like the closest I would do. Like, I don't know why the prospect of me getting absolutely mauled and ambushed by a bear is like more palatable to me than getting flattened to within an inch of my existence by a semi. But yeah, hi Momo! Pocket playing a game where you pick the place and where I will take you on a I'm back in for this is the first day tier listing stream section. Hi Momo. We're just looking at a list of just random locations, honestly, and just like, what Pocky thinks of it. But, you know, she causes motorcycle accidents? No! At least I hope I've never done. I don't know. I just walk everywhere. Hi, Derek. Welcome in as well. Yes, bricks. No bricks. We're not bricking. We're not bricking on motorcycles. We're not bricking on the road. Hopefully. Unless it's a yellow brick road, then I guess there are bricks. Hi, Alphonse. Jokes aside, given that two of my uncles are housewives for motorcycles, and I certainly get that. Yeah, I know. It's definitely something to be wary of. Also, hi, Chicken Ass. Welcome back in as well. Let's see here. Sure, you went on a date. A police officer took you to a hospital and stole your drink. I had 2 sojus in that bag, man. I'm still salty about that. And no, for clarification to anyone else who knows what they're talking about, no, that was actually not a date. That was a very sad day. And not because of a lack of a date, but more so about how stupid the situations that happened that day were that resulted in me losing 2 sojus. Anyways, if I was perfect, oh no, I saw that one. Let's see here. You can be like Cameron's dad in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Oh god, that's a movie I've not thought about in a hot minute. The car / motorcycle is just a collector's item that you keep on display and never let anyone drive. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I met your friend that you're coy about the part of the accident supply chain they work in. She causes motorcycle. Oh, you're talking about my friend. But no, my friend does not cause motorcycle accidents. No, that is not what my friend does. Unless I hope not. I mean, I guess technically it would help increase her clientele, perchance, I suppose. But I guess she would also like partially make her money from... Never mind. I'm not gonna think too much about that. I don't know if I'm savvy enough to work out the logistics. But yeah, so it's just job security. No, this truck. No. Anyone can be a sneaky idiot, maybe. Pocky, can we share our first day experiences and you rate them later? Ooh, if you guys want to do that, go for it. Was not the intention of this stream, but I mean, you know what? Knock yourselves out. And flashes people on motorcycles? No! Insurance agent? Not quite, but you know, I see where you guys are going. Pocket, where are we ranking here? First date ideas for a special Valentine's Day, whatchamacallit stream, but yeah. Why are you so good at math? I don't know if I'm that. I just do basic arithmetic all day. At least whenever I'm doing like my gotcha tier listing streams and stuff like that. I don't know. You just have a lot of practice with it. Also, I don't know. I'm Asian, I guess. I should say that. Oh man, I don't know. It's. I don't know. I learned like at what age did I learn trigonometry? It was like 8th grade. Yeah, something like that. It was a hot minute ago. Anyways, well, yeah, don't worry about it. Have you experienced all of the first date ideas? That's a great question. God, do we even remember all of my first dates? Let me think. Of all the first dates I've had, do any of them match these? Let me think. Wait, no, that wasn't a first date. That was like a big month anniversary thing they threw. Try to think. No, that was just with friends. Let me think. Ooh, I don't actually know. Let me think. When I'm trying to think, I don't know if I've like generally when I think about first dates, I guess. I don't know. It's most of like my past, I guess. I probably shouldn't get too personal, but like the past experiences I'll say that I've had, it's like been blurry, I suppose. It's like it kind of just like is a thing that like kind of happens, and you just like it starts to get blurry on which day or which event you specifically point to and be like, that was the quote unquote first event that happened. You know, it's like you generally try to come up with like, I guess, like a solid date to consider an anniversary, right? But it's like a first date is like, do you consider a first date the anniversary, or do you consider the anniversary the day you quote unquote have the talk? You know, it's like it's different for everyone, or it's like we're quote unquote like actually define the relationship and all that stuff. So I don't know. Of all the different first, I guess, quote unquote, I don't know. Anyways, but I have done a lot of these things. Just, I don't know if I just done them on first dates specifically, but I don't know. Not the first date. I feel like it's okay to not have experienced all of them. Yeah, like I've experienced a lot of these, but honestly, I'd say like I've experienced more of these with friends than I have like dates, I guess, formal dates. Yeah. As a gotcha that's responsible for the math, all the salt from Knowles. And sure, she's always a little dude. On topic in under an hour, but then change times. Right, Hinkles on. Welcome into today's special Valentine's Day, where we rate the first date ideas in a tier list format. How you doing, Hinkles on? Arithmetic ticked off. Oh, that's what you're trying to do. Okay, I was like, Aritha. Arrive. I was like, what does that mean? Aritha ticked off. Okay, that makes more sense. That's the meth, bro. Get a little pocket. Can you remember all of her date? I don't remember every single one. I remember some pretty big ones that they went through a lot of effort to put together, and that was like really nice. But yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. When it comes like the very first one, it's like it gets blurry. We're an open book. Also, in case Pocket didn't read it, but Kudaki Tutu and her friend read my fanfiction. I haven't laughed so hard in a long time. I'm glad you had a great time there, Lady DZ. Hell yeah. Also, no, here's what happened, Larry Daisy. I actually remember reading that. I thought I read it out loud, but it's one of those where it's like I read it in my head, but didn't actually say it. And I don't know why I just assumed I read it, even though it's just in my head. So I am sorry. I did read that earlier. It stayed in my head for some reason and I forgot. But thank you though, Lady Z, for sharing. Let's see here. Let's see. So, Pocky, how many people have asked you to be their Valentine, and how many of them were held at gunpoint to do so? Technically, do we give a number? No, we'll let people guess, I guess. Oh my gosh, but I don't know. A lot of you guys like joke, but I don't know if any of those count technically, because a lot of it's just like Pocky. It's like, you know, I don't know. I think a lot of people joke trying to, I don't know, get their favorite Oshis or whatever to be their Valentine or whatever. But yeah. I love every crazy driver. Yeah. Now we know. So Pocky just reads all my comments in your minds. This happened like the other day. I'm already getting off topic. Gosh dang it. There's like, I already have this issue where like whenever I'm like in lurking other people's streams, right? And it's like, I do my best to try and be like, oh, when like, you know, I'm like, I pop in like, let's say like Boo Boo stream or Perry stream or, you know, whoever, like you or whatever, whoever else, you know, and it's like, hello. And it's like, people say like, hi or whatever. It's like, I know like if I pop in, you know, if I pop in, like, let's say, like, your stream, it's, like, Wyatt and, like, Fiji will, like, Wyatt will say hi, Fiji will call me short. And if I pop in Perry's stream, it'll usually be, like, woo syndrome, me baidu. Whatchamacallit, Eulithicus sometimes is bleak. I'll like say like hi Pocky, and I'll be doing my best to be like hi, and then in like Boo Boo stream will usually be like
Happy Single Awareness Day.
Yeah, thank you for the 150 getting me titty fan. Happy Single Awareness Day to you too. Let's go. Cheers to all of us who are paying the singles tax. I am referencing the video I watched earlier today by Economics Explained, talking about the singles tax, or why it's more expensive to be, yeah, bitchless, basically. But it's okay. I live with my big sis, so you know, it's fine. It's fine. And her partner, technically. Yeah. Hi, Pocky. Hi, Woo again. Short. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Hi, Fiji. Shut up, Fiji. Maximizing. Where are you getting on this too? What? Dude, don't you, why are you jumping on this? What? Ain't no way. Also, long time no see, my guy. How you doing? Been a minute. Cheers to you guys. Hi, Zinkudal. Welcome back in as well. What's good with you? What would Pocky do if you went on a big date and found out they were a viewer? If I went on a date and I found out they watched me. If we met organically and stuff, I guess. But if I found out, like, I don't know, they like, if there was like one of those situations where they like concocted like a bunch of different situations to then quote unquote have us meet organically, I'd be like, you know, I see the hustle, but also I don't think that's the maybe the way that would be a bit much. I don't know. When it comes to like I would do my best to like make the best of a situation with what information I have. But at the end of the day, I know it's like you only know what you know. So it's like I accept both like realities and stuff. But it's like also I do the best with the knowledge I have. So yeah. And the other is to be like because it's like it's different when like you know someone through like a stream, and it's like different when you like get to actually just like I don't know hang out with them like one-on-one and stuff. Because it's like I don't know, there's always like different things you can like talk about, I guess, and share and just like learn. Obviously, you learn a lot, and that's something I've to like learn from whatchamacallit, like streaming and stuff like that. It's like yeah, you just end up sharing like a lot on stream, and sometimes it's like you have to like consciously think in your brain, like what do you say for stream and what do you just say for like your just normal friendos and stuff like that. And it's like it's weird because a lot of it blurs, like a lot of it is just like I gotta share this with my friends, but it's like I also don't mind sharing this on stream too, you know. And it's like kind of I don't know, it's interesting. Anyways, don't forget internet personality and in real life reality are different. Yeah, exactly. So it's like I would say if nothing else, the only thing that would really matter to me is like having enough time to get to know a person outside of like the streaming sphere, honestly, because it's like I don't really have any qualms against like like I don't know if me and like I just like I guess like in again purely hypothetical and stuff, but like or just like streamers in general or whatever. It's just like it's like yeah, if you meet through a stream, it's like that's your line of work, because it's like how else do you meet people if that's your work? It's not like, and even then it's like I got there's a lot of people who go to jobs and it's like they just don't vibe personally with anyone else at their job because everyone is either like just super older than them or actually it's weird. I have a weird amount of friends that also happen to work with a bunch of people that are fairly older than them. I don't know what to think of this. This is a weird pattern I've just noticed. Anyways, but they're all super cool people. Wow.
Hold on, Netflix and chill is only C tier. It's my go-to move. I'm cook not like this.
Oh, no, Todd! This is for first date ideas. I'm sure it's higher maybe for some people than others. It's just I don't know. It's something I consider to like just have in the background or something, or just like it's supplementary when you're already established, when you already know each other's vibes and you know what each other like typically looks out for in a show or whatever. For a first date, it's like you want to get to know the person, but it's hard to get to know as much when you're just like watching. Plus, sometimes you're usually more on nerves and stuff. So you want an activity that like I don't know gets you in your like your zone a little bit more easily. I would imagine usually, but at least that's how it is in my thing. But yeah. But if they're into it, yeah, basically. But you know, it's not the worst. It's not like it's detriment. It just doesn't feel like it adds much or helps you just get to know them that much more, in my honest opinion.
Okay, but what if I'm cooking dinner on top of Netflix and chill?
Okay, cooking
Pocket
is
British.
a whole different thing. Like if it was cooking, like even like let's take this picture, right? This grilling picture, or like what's another like food involved picture? Okay, I think it's just this grilling picture. What is this? What is this? I can't even. I'm not detailing this one. I'm just hold on. It doesn't let me zoom in. Is that just like a giant meat hunk or something? There is this like just visiting weird like food stalls or something. I have no idea. Anyways, but like grilling, I'd say like A or B. I think A is like pretty like B, A or B. It depends on the partner on like how much into cooking they are or how much of a foodie they are. A if they are, B if they're not. For me personally, I put A. I think I put A for cooking. Cooking is pretty universal, I think. Your place is the first. Yeah, that one too. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, if this one's at your place, first date. Yeah, for first date that might be intimidating. Maybe B. Something in a more public environment. The more of a public environment these things are in, especially for a first date, the better. Sharma, is that what that one picture was? Oh, I see. Okay, but what happens to Pocky cooks her partner for their first date? I don't know. I mean, I would have had to have known the person for like a hot minute, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to like imagine. Yeah, I don't know. Cause like, okay, to me, and like, I know that this is, I don't think this is really as niche as like a thing, honestly. In my honest opinion, but it could also just be like, I don't know, the side of internet I expose myself to. But it's like, I'm definitely in the category of people that like take time to like get to know a person first before, or has to take the time to have, or not take the time, but have to have the chance to have had the time to get to know a person and just like a normal, casual, friendly, I guess, like atmosphere before like the whole like, you know, wanting to like potentially think about like, I guess, romantic feelings or whatever, anything like that. Because it's like, to me, the idea of having romantic feelings for someone you just meet is a little foreign to me. Not to say that like, you know, I don't get it. It's like, I can see it. It's like, you know, it's like, oh, you know, you just suddenly, it's like, I don't know. It's like one of those, sometimes people say it's like you just look at someone and it's just like, oh, they're it. And it's like, I guess sometimes like that you could be in the moment, but it's like that, in my opinion, is mostly just chemistry, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, chemistry is awesome. It helps make all the lovey-dovey serotonin, all the good feely things from a jig. It's like, hey, this person looks like they're my type. They're kind of like my vibe, the way they dress, the way they talk, the way they carry themselves. It's like, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, you really don't know until you've had the time to like, how should I say, top that chemistry with connection. You want to make sure you top that person with, you want to make sure you add to like a layer of connection to that person that like has like your interest, you know? Because it's like chemistry without connection is just, I mean, in my opinion, it's just like chemicals, which is like, granted, it is part of life and stuff, but it is not a sustainable thing, in my opinion. And YT connections, yeah, get to know them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like that, pretty much. Or some young people shit, yeah. I'm Mike Tyson and not my type. Said Mike Tyson. Oh, no. So Pocket thinks you need to be friends first. Most guys worry about getting in the friend zone. I think the friend zone is dumb. I'm like, no, don't get me wrong. The friend zone, here's, oh my God, we're really going to be getting these conversations. I am so far behind on chat, so I'm going to do my best to catch up after I finish answering this. But my opinion of the friend zone is this. A friend zone can only be called a friend zone if the other side only intends to ever try and date that person as, you know, but starting as a friend, and that's the ulterior motive is to eventually get with this person. You don't know. You don't know if you're going to keep liking that person in a month, in a week, in like tomorrow, you know? The friend zone is, I don't want to say it's like just in the mind, but it really is something that is like, okay, it's if you had the discussion and you agreed that like, or you at least come to the understanding that like, hey, I like person A. Person A does not like person B back, but enjoys hanging out with person B as a friend because that is the kind of relationship that they just enjoy with person B. So it's like the friends in my mind is basically either A, these people have not had the conversation, and it's just kind of like, it's like they both kind of know, but kind of, you know, haven't really said anything about it. And they're just kind of pushing, you know, kicking the rock down the road, basically kicking the can down the road. That's the expression, sorry. Until something gives. Or B, they have had the conversation. Person A is still like trying, even though they've already been told no. And person B wants to keep them as a friend, but feels sad that they keep trying to want something more after they've had the conversation. And in my opinion, that's just not neither of the scenarios are really healthy, in my opinion, of just like a nice, healthy, just like outcome for all would be, hey, person A asks person B, pops a question. Person B says, I really like you, hang around you, but I can't, you know, they just can't. And that is perfectly okay. That's perfectly acceptable. It is on person A to understand and, you know, come to terms with, you know, their emotions stuff. They're allowed to feel shite, you know, they're allowed to feel hurt and all that other stuff. Rejection sucks. I'd like, you know, I'm like, it's just human nature. But the important thing is to make sure that they are okay, like with like the agreed situation. And if they had not had the conversation to begin with, then that just needs to happen. But either way, the friend zone is just not a concept I feel should really be worried about, as long as you have good, you know, just understanding and communication with each other. Otherwise, yeah, let's leave because lying is bad. That's not even friends, then that's at best acquaintances. Yeah, perfectly worded. Yeah, exactly. So like that's what I think of the quote unquote friend zone is. You mutually agree on what you guys are to each other. And if one side keeps trying to imagine something more, that's on them. That's not on the other person if you've had the conversation. And if you haven't, Just have it. That's it. No friend zone. No nothing. It's just you're either friends or you're in a relationship, or one side wants something more and the other side doesn't, and you can't make your peace with it, and that is on the side that can't make peace with it if they have the conversation. That's it. End of story. There's the imagining site. Yeah, only really exists when Penny Friend can't be honest. That's literally it. Honestly, like that's all I think it is, and it's just I think yeah, it's just something that needs to be communicated. Then you don't start as friends because that's manipulative. I would say I can understand a guy being into a girl, or just being into anyone, guy getting to be into a guy, girl being into a girl, whatever. And then like, you know, wanting to just like, oh yeah, hang out with them more, see what they're like. It's like, I think it's perfectly acceptable to be like, hey, person A is crushing on person B. They don't really know each other that well, but they're like involved with maybe like in similar friend groups or whatever. Then they get to talking and stuff. And then it's like, oh, you know, person A makes more attempts to get to hang out around person B, but casually, you know, like regardless of their intentions, unless they're, you know, trying to, I don't know, get their mother's name and the funny numbers on the back of the credit card or something. But barring ill intentions, you know, if they're just trying to get to know them and like they have feelings, they understand, but also they know that it's important to take things slow and casually and stuff, that's fine, dude. That's just human nature in my opinion. But like once you have that conversation, that's when the time comes to make peace with your feelings, you know, feel them out, whatever, on your own, in your own support groups and stuff. Like, yeah, just like on friend groups, do what you got to do, hopefully in a healthy manner. And then you move on if it's not great, or you be happy and you get surprised or whatever. You know, that's just kind of how life works. You do your best and know that you're probably going to be let down several times, and which is probably going to hopefully make that one time when something actually does work out all the more special. That is just how things work, and it sucks. But also, it's like, I don't know. That's just how things work, I guess. And I feel that if you're interested in someone, you should make it slightly obvious in the start. When it comes to intentions and like if you're crushing on someone, I think that is understandable. I wouldn't really be miffed one way or another, because here's the thing. Feelings change. People change. Also, thank you so much, Corbett Gaming, for the follow. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Hope you like when you see around here, my guy. But no, here's my opinion, right? When it comes to intentions and like when you're befriending someone that like you know you're into, but maybe they don't know that yet necessarily, it's like, it's fine. Because it's like, what happens when you tell the person you like them and they're like, oh, that's sweet. Well, let's just see where things go. And then you know, fast forward like, you know, a week, a month, couple months, however long it is. And suddenly you found out, oh, actually, I feel like it work out better with this person as a friend. But in the other person's head, they might still be thinking, hey, this person might still have been like a thing for me. And like, you know, you don't, obviously it's important to communicate, but at the same time, I can understand people aren't necessarily inclined to communicate every single little thing, because this is when it gets messy when it comes to feelings, relationships, all this other stuff. Is if one person, you know, says something and then the other person's like, oh, you know, this person has a thing for me, maybe, you know, we'll see where it goes, might give them a chance or something down the road. But then like, let's say they have other people, you know, and their life and stuff that like it's like, it's obviously it's important to communicate all of that stuff. You know, if like person B also has like potential other interests, but nothing's like actually, you know, like a thing. And everyone's like playing this weird, like not tug of war, but just like this weird, interconnected network of one person wants another person, wants another person, wants another person, sort of, but then one person falls off, another person comes on, another person falls off, another person comes on, but no one really ever commits to anything. And it's this weird of like, they think they have all the, like, they think they have options, but at the same time, it's like, but then they never like commit. It's like, it's weird. So I think it's fine if you want to just say it out front, right then and there. But also, it's just things change. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when the day comes? It's like, hey, I know I said I liked you like 3 months ago, but I don't have those same feelings anymore. Like, are you just going to do that every single time those feelings come and go? Like, that's just how things, like, I don't know, just human nature works, right? Is like, you try to take things as casually and naturally as you can until you come to a moment where it's something that you know for sure, at least within your honest heart of hearts, or at least as sure as you can be, and want to have a genuine you know, conversation and connection with them about it. And if it's something that's agreed upon, then boom, congrats, you're in. You talked about it, you're a thing, great, be there for each other. But If it's something that's just up in the air, if it's something that just stays loose, no, no conversations ever happened about it, then that's just what it is. But at the same time, it's like, there are pros and cons to all of it. That's just what I think. My POV is chemistry is, I think someone is hot or we vibe well, but feelings don't last forever. Yeah, no, pretty much. Yeah. There's a whole lot more that goes into it and stuff. For sure. I'd say it's just people follow media too damn much and don't bother paying attention. I think media sure has a lot of influence on it. Absolutely. But I think people hopefully weigh more of the few experiences they've had IRL over media experiences, I suppose, but you never know, honestly. And then sometimes it's like you get two people who follow, what the media tells them, what, like relationships are like, and then they both use it on each other and they're like, oh, I'm gonna say this because this is usually what I've seen people on YouTube or on TV or, on TikTok or whatever say. And the other person does the same thing. And then, maybe they're in something that they think is, what they want. And then it turns out, fast forward however long, that the actual true feelings underneath don't really mimic what they thought would be true, I suppose. But sometimes sometimes they make it work too, and it's a funny concept because I remember seeing studies on arranged marriages. People who grew up in families that are like, hey, I raised my child and we are neighbors and you're raising your child. Let's have them marry each other and, secure our family lineage and financial security and stuff because strength in numbers and married couples. Yeah. Or whatever. Power and all the other stuff. And a funny thing is a lot of the time, those arranged marriages and stuff tend to usually actually work out because it's they're not looking at what the other person's vibe is. They're not looking at, granted, I would haphazard a guess that a lot of it is due to them starting very early. So the fact that they have maybe a lot of shared childhood experiences and stuff, growing up together and stuff, that definitely plays a big factor into those kinds of things. But in general, I feel like it's just, at the end of the day, relationships are two people who choose to make a conscious decision to do their best for each other and want to be the best for themselves and the other. And sometimes not everyone has that motivation. Not everyone has that drive. Not everyone has that will. Some people are, sometimes it's, and I think this is a very common thing that I've seen a lot as well, is people who think that get into the weird mindset of, oh, they would be better with they could be better off as someone else. I am quote unquote, some people I've seen think things like, oh, I think she was out of my league or whatever. Or I don't know if someone like me, would really be good enough for someone like that or whatever. And it's I've seen that. And all I can say is sometimes the best relationships just come out of not necessarily two hot people getting together, but two people who just do their fucking best. And that's really it. And those shine way brighter than any relationship I've seen where they've gotten it just to have someone, just to not look single, and they're mid to late 20s or 30s or whatever, than any relationship that was oh, my parents, wanted me to have someone and wouldn't stop bugging me about it, so I just went with XYZ person. Or, oh, it was yeah, they're rough around the edges and stuff, but we had a lot of fun in the beginning, and then it's how are they now? Well, it's well, we don't really have a lot of talks, or it's tense or whatever around the house or a lot of that stuff. And it's I think it doesn't this is general knowledge, and I hate repeating knowledge that anyone would probably know, which is oh, it's not about the money, it's not about the looks, it's not about the status, it's not about connections, it's about the person, which yeah, it's literally all true. But also I think a lot of that sometimes just gets thrown out the brain, the window, whatever, in the actual moment and stuff. And it's you just start I've seen it plenty of times where sometimes people start belittling themselves, not knowing that they're actually a good person who has done a lot of good things and are just, honestly probably have a better head on their shoulders than some people who have a hotter head on their shoulders. And I think it's just more important to look at how you treat others and then mimic that onto yourself as well, because the worse you treat yourself, the harder it is to keep going on to hopefully treat someone even better too. You gotta if you don't take care of yourself, it's oh, if you always think the better of everybody else around you, it's if everyone did that but never cared enough for themselves, there'd be nobody left, you know? And I think that's where it all really matters, is you have to believe that the other person sees value in you. And you also have to believe that you can be someone who is good enough for yourself and for them. That's all there is to it. Sorry. Oh, I'm getting way too in the weeds here. One of them can be me. Well, I mean, I'm just trying my best to I guess, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what, how I could phrase. I hope I phrased it well. If I didn't phrase it well enough, then let me know. But yeah. And it's not a romantic feeling, but I like romance as a way to cement a really good friendship. Never really felt romantic love. I mean, that's fine, you know. It is a tricky thing, but it's also, I think when you have it, it's like, it's when you get to that level when it's like you're really comfortable with someone, and it's like, you could say like the wildest stuff in front of them off the top of your head. Well, obviously don't say you're gonna like, I don't know, start like mailing pipe bombs or something, but you know, just like when getting to the level of comfortability with another person where it's, you know that you probably won't be judged no matter, you know, what you say, what you do or whatever, knowing that like the other person believes you're doing your best. I think that's where the real value is. Anyways. Well, yes, yeah, with the Archnate's monologue. I'm sorry! Anyways, I need to scroll up a little bit more here. My problem with the enemy league thing is that they're basically removing the other person's true feelings on that. I mean, yeah, that too. That too for sure. Non-player carrot. And also welcome back in. But I would say to that is it sounds like they're doing a bad thing, which they are. For sure. But I think it's more so they're more concerned about their worth to the other person than the other person's choice to decide that worth, you know, which is all to say that I don't think people who do that or have that mentality are necessarily bad people. I think they just need to learn to trust others to do what they really would actually want to do, you know. But everyone has their own different life experiences. That's taught them different mantras and stuff. So you just do the best you can for the people around you and hope that they are willing to trust your opinion of them, and, you know, vice versa. But yeah.
Instructions unclear.
Oh my
Continue
God,
to remain a hermit.
no, guys. Thanks so much, Biddy, so fat lives. Thank you. And also, thanks so much, Patreon, for a 30-month reset. Thank you so much for 2.5 years. Thank you. Also, hi, Core Bear Gaming. Thanks so much for the follow like 10 minutes ago. I am so sorry. That was like a really late welcome, but welcome in. See you. Alienation for labor. Oh God, I've been yapping so long. I've already lost the plot. What that might be referring to. Meanwhile, there's my gay Asian ass who's been in and out of relationships for so long, decided to stick to being single and close to my heart. And close to heart. It's icy baby. Don't ice baby yourself. I think that's as addicting and safe and certain as choosing to just assume the situation or just whatever a scenario you're in will just remain the same forever. It gets boring. It gets tiring. It's it's not very motivating, and life just doesn't really happen when you close yourself off to one thing after another. And obviously, if especially when a person has like been met with like a similar result for like a certain amount of time, I can understand. And I say understand. I can see that perspective to an extent. I obviously can't know what it's like to be every single person, every single one of you guys, every single other person in this world. You know, it's like I only have one perspective, and I've done my best to, I think, hopefully get as much other perspectives from just, I don't know, all the different people I've interacted throughout my life and stuff, and like do my best to hopefully understand, you know, all the different people I've come across. But like, I don't know. I don't really know what else to say other than you just don't know until you don't know. And the point of life is to try your best, get tired, get exhausted, get absolutely, you know, depressed or, you know, just done with everything, and then take a nap, eat, gorge on some fast food, feel gross, go out for a walk, and it's, try again or whatever until something different happens. And that sucks. It's stupid. And it's like, it sounds, that's like the literal definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over until something different happens. But that's also how evolution works. That's how, we, I don't know, mutations into like, oh, we mutated to have like, I don't know, like earwax in our ears. And so like, it helps like keep bacteria, and the stench also keeps like bugs out of our ear canals. I don't ask me why I know that. I watch too many different random stuff, but it's like, it's literally just, that's just how life works. And it's hard to just trust the process, especially when the process hasn't really done you a lot of good. And to that extent, I say, honestly, fair, very fair. I just hope that you never let what something, no matter how many times a certain outcome or whatever else happens to you, that you never let that outcome, that one outcome, that 100 outcomes, that 10,000, answers that you feel like you've gotten, make you stay the same way forever. Because you just really never know, I guess. But yeah. Anyways, relational chemistry, because you think someone is hot, or the moment creates a sort of feeling, is different from finding if someone is a good fit as a future partner in totally different worlds. Yeah, no, for sure. Real yapping hours? Yeah. I was supposed to be doing a tier list, and I've been yapping for a while. Did that study account for the fact that a lot of places that allows arranged marriages don't have a good system for divorce? Ooh, interesting. Remember your science classes? There's a hidden acknowledgement in the very term chemistry for romance is all about bonds. Yeah. Se me olvidó que hoy era 14 de febrero. Something about the 14th of February. What is this? Let me look this up here. Forgot that today. Oh yeah, indeed. Today Todos was indeed the 14 de febrero. XXXL. Just hijacked. I have placed 2 items so far. I've been yapping too much, and I also need to like go piss girl like real soon. But I'm gonna do my best to catch up in chat because I've been yapping for so much. A lot of people, let's see here. Chemistry being feeling such completely different from faith, political, Yeah, a lot of people would overlook long-term this and in the moment realize they won't work out. I think it's also...
What's up?
Let's see. Thanks so much for the follow, Luna Shadow Strike. Thank you for the fun. Super appreciate it. I would say chemistry is great for getting the motivation to get to know a person, but it's just like the jumping point. The real work comes afterwards, and it's like how much the other both parties really decide to try and work at it is like what really determines things in the end. And yeah, it takes effort. Which is kind of how it works, I guess. Where yeah. And I feel like people decide if they see themselves with you on the first impression. I mean, it's understandable and stuff for sure. But it's like, I think it's when if you I guess I'm trying to think of like environments where you get first. I guess like let me think. Judging on the first impression is understandable because sometimes maybe like that's just all you get. But if it's an environment where you get like, repeated unplanned interactions, then I think that's where like the real magic happens. But obviously you can't always get that lucky because sometimes, you go to college, but maybe all your classes are online courses only and you hardly interact with everyone. Or you go to work, but all your coworkers are like 10 to 20 years older than you and already have their own families and kids and everything else, Everyone has their own situations, but yeah. Energy say things. Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah. Let me scroll up here. Guys get into girls faster, but I don't think girls get easy into guys. Gals and dudes are romantically motivated differently. There's definitely, and I've actually watched quite a few videos on this topic as well. When it comes to like from just both, I guess, quote unquote, scientific relationship experts and just straight up evolutionary studies and stuff on this kind of thing too. And I mean, the black and white of it is basically there's greater risk, or there's certain biological risks, obviously for the girl, with like continuing the human race and stuff from her womb, and the guy who is, it's like a one thing done, and then you just do your own thing forever. You're not worrying about something for 9 months. Just like from the sheer evolutionary perspective, obviously, but aside from that, like even then, and even for couples, who are like not thinking about that and just, don't plan on that and stuff. To that extent, I can't say that I know exactly why. It's it's the thing that is noticed a lot, I will say. That's all I can say to that. Sure, as humans are the most goofiest animals known to men. Hell yeah. And so as friends, I mean, I'd say that just depends on the parties, but yeah. Anyways, where does Rimley meeting in a Taco Bell rank in the tier? Oh my god, no. Let's see, my point is that when people are older, girls and guys can't be too close. I would say I don't like the notion that guys and girls can't be friends. Because, and I've thought over this before as well. So here's what happens. If guys and girls can't be friends, then this is what happens. If there's ever a time when a girl and a guy are interacting, there's only two reasons. Either A, it's a life or death situation where it's like purely for business, or B, it's because they want to get with each other. And that sounds like a really dumb world to live in. And you could answer to that, oh, but Pocket, like just evolutionary and stuff. It's like the chemistry, it's just too strong. And to that extent, I say, really depends on the person. I've seen plenty of people get along with the opposite gender just fine. It just takes a certain level of maturity to not let our evolutionary dispositions render us less in control of our lives than we really have for ourselves. We have a lot of control over ourselves if we're willing to exercise it, if we're willing to just actually accept that we do have control. And I get it, especially when you're younger and stuff, you do a lot of stupid stuff, and you know, I've seen a lot of people do some stupid things when they were younger. When I was younger, I should say specifically, but like I don't know. It's at a certain extent, I continue to choose to believe we can be greater than the summation of our human dispositions, evolutionary dispositions specifically. Sorry. And that's just all there is to it. And there's some people who choose to believe that for themselves as well and can get along fine. And there's some people who feel like they can't, and that's just unfortunate. But I think that's just what it comes down to. Let's see here. What else in here? I have two close female friends that I have no romantic attraction to. Guys and girls can be friends, all right. Yeah, you know, I think it's, yeah. Girls and guys can be friends. You know, for sure. I've been best friends with my girlfriend for 5 years. Never once did we feel attracted to her. So let's go. Hell yes, and couldn't say like it's definitely a thing. It just depends on like if you guys choose to, you know, accept that it can be a thing. Well, it doesn't help they separate girls and boys young instead of actually raising both genders to treat the other as people instead of an opposite. I am sure there's a lot of reasons that go into like how, you know, early education and just school systems and just raising, you know, people in general go, especially when it comes to like, you know, it's like you divide up. I mean, we have like co-ed classes, right? We just don't have like, you know, guys, you know, PE with the girls PE. I mean, sometimes you do have co-ed PE on occasion, but like, that's usually for, like for big event days and stuff like that. But like, I mean, besides that, you still have like, you know, co-ed classes. You still, you know, can see the opposite gender walking down the hallway and stuff. You know, it's just obviously bathrooms are separate for understandable reasons. There's like, I don't know, other things like that. But aside from that, honestly, I don't know. I think most of it is like, at least unless you go to like an all boys school, all girls school, then I'm sorry. But yeah, I was fortunate enough to, I guess, well, I guess it depends on your viewpoint. I felt I was fortunate enough to have gone to essentially, yeah, all mixed schools, I guess, when it comes to just, I don't know, genders, races, just anyone. No, so if a guy friend of yours likes you and tells you and you say no, you guys can stay friends. I would say this. And this has happened to me before, where when like a certain person, it's like you've always been under the impression, it's like, you know, just like casual friends. You don't even like talk like that much, but when they suddenly, you know, start talking a certain way, and then like one day it's like, oh, they try and like make a move or whatever, or like, you know, touch you in a certain way, and it's like, okay, it's like, I see where you're going with this, and it's like, no, thank you. This is not what I'm looking for, and you make it clear. And if they keep making advances, that's when I feel sad, because that doesn't tell me that I have a true friend. That tells me I have a person who could have been a friend, but is still clouded by a certain hope that is making it hard to do things in a group, especially with them as a friend. And I think at that point that it just goes back to the whole like, you know, friend zone conversation we were having earlier, where there's no friend zone. There's either you have communicated with each other and one side is choosing to accept it while the other side is in denial, or you haven't had the conversation and it's something that needs to happen. That's it. There is no friend zone. There is, you get, you know, you hang out with each other and maybe, you know, the guy has like feelings and intentions in a certain way in the beginning, but they could also fade. That's just it. And I think that's fine. It's feelings come and go, in my opinion. But yeah. Men and women need different things in relationships. Depends on the man, depends on the woman. But yeah, in other words, vibe studies. There you go. Motivated visually, women are more motivated relationally. I suppose so. I'm like trying really hard to think of like, I only have like my own perspective, right? So it's like, I can't exactly say what it's like for the other side. Sorry guys. But I guess, I don't know. There's only so much that studies can tell you, right? Versus like, it's the difference between what you read in the book, what you heard from an expert, and what you learn for yourself. And obviously there's only so much that I can learn for myself. But to that, I will say I've met plenty of guys that were, how did I say this? Were considerate and got along relationally very well, with either, you know, me or any of my friends in the past. And like, this is like all like a while ago. So I'm like recounting from like, I would say ancient history, but it's been a hot minute. Anyways, but from what experience I have had, it's like, I don't know. Again, it always depends on the person and stuff. And sure, you could say we can make generalizations. I just try really hard to avoid making generalizations like that. Because at the end of the day, I am not talking to the general, you know, people. I am talking to you guys. I am talking to Inkelson. I am talking to Kerak Limited Joyer. I am talking to, you know, everybody else in here. I'm talking to Churro Kimado too. Thank you so much for the follow, by the way. Thank you, Churro. You know, it's like one of the reasons why I do my best to avoid calling you guys like chat as well. It's like, not to say it's like not inherently a bad thing. I got a lot of other people do it, but it's like, I like to still have stream, especially when, you know, at hopefully a size I can mostly keep it with most of the people in here. Have conversations with people, you know, not just like a general populace. And it's, you know, that's, I'm talking about you guys. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about our collective experiences, not necessarily the experiences of what other people, everyone else tells us everyone else has. But if that's, you know, if any of the general experiences happen to overlap with your experiences, then by all means, we can talk about it. But obviously within reason, we're not going to be going too deep in the weeds. This is still like, at the end of the day, it's like a general, I don't know, it's a public platform, but I'm doing my best to hopefully, I don't know, be as helpful / I don't know, insightful about it as I can. I don't know, it's just sharing information. But yeah, so your first impressions are huge, or where anybody that really does this ever get overturned? I would say, I guess like, if I saw someone do something they normally wouldn't do that was like kind of bad on a first impression, I mean, yeah, sure. But I mean, most of the time it's like, also this is a banger track. But most of the time it's like, I don't really expect much from a first impression. It's just, you're just seeing one piece of someone's life. And I think it would suck to have one piece of the entirety of who you are as a person. You know, like a 5-minute encounter, a 30-second conversation, a 2-second glance, be the ultimate determining factor for what someone makes up in their mind of what kind of person you are, right? Because you're a whole lot more than a 2-second glance. You're a lot more than a 5-minute conversation. You know, and a lot of people just suck, you know, especially when it comes to like talking to someone else for the first time and stuff like that. And so, I don't know. That's at least what I choose to believe for others. And I think that is a fair conclusion to have had when it comes to like, yeah, feeling bad, yeah. Yeah, like I think I touched on that earlier already, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's very valid and welcome to feel that for as long as you need to. I think just with time, it's just like you just learn to not necessarily constantly try and seek it out, but just allow yourself to be surprised whenever it happens. If it happens, when it happens, whatever, you just tell yourself it doesn't matter.
Pocky, I need to know, how romantic is the Ferris wheel as a first date pocket Kalyu?
First date, I've been taken on a Ferris wheel on, what number date would it have been? God, I can't remember. There wasn't that many, and I guess because it's for like a big month anniversary thing. My SO at the time, way back when, whatchamacallit, planned out and stuff. But like a Ferris wheel, I had a lot of fun on a Ferris wheel before. But first date, I would assume a first wheel usually comes with other carnival stuff too. I put it A. But it's like, as long as you're respecting each other's spaces and stuff, you know, depending on like how close you guys are, you know, at the beginning, middle, end of the date, whatever. I think it's definitely nice, just mostly because it usually comes with other activities, like a carnival, like other stuff that you could hopefully enjoy doing with another person. But yeah. After I win you a huge stuffed teddy bear on the rigged chance game, yo. I would say it's very, whatchamacallit. I mean, you know, that's a interesting idea, I guess. Is right. Everyone has different reactions to that. But I think just the whole carnival experience, you know, winning a teddy bear, going on like the, I don't know, roller coasters, or I don't know, like the haunted houses or whatever else they have at carnivals, you know. I think all of that collectively, yeah, is a decent A. Please rank McDonald's next, Pocky. Okay. McDonald's. Are you like sitting down at the McDonald's though, or are you just like grabbing and going and then like going to a park? Honestly, McDonald's, I think for a first date, like if I were taken to McDonald's on the first date, I'd be like, yeah, sure, that's cool. Like what's their favorite? I don't know. Item. Do they like, are they a fries kind of person? Are they, you know, do they go nuggies all the way? I don't know. I think food is, I think McDonald's can be a solid A, as long as they're usually maybe doing something afterwards. I need to go piss school. I've had to need to go piss school for like 15 plus minutes. I'm going to be right back. Baby! Hop, 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 hop.
Trying to catch me. Kick into gear, I'm on a fast lane, riding the feeling. City lights are playing hide and seek. Hear me calling, no destination. Cold wind kissing my cheeks. Don't fight the urge, follow my lead. Come on, full throttle, make it double. Blur the line in gold and pearl and rose. If got trouble, make it shuffle. I just wanna make my life a blast. Will it be all gone? Will I still hold on till the sunrise? I see the glow. I'm in the driver's seat, pedal down to the floor. Feel the gasoline in my veins come to the fore. Can't stop the rush. I'll push it to the max. Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. I'm never looking back. Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. The thrill and adrenaline's the life that I chose. Shift the road, no excuses, where my heart wants to go. Get risky, get speedy, and that's what I want. Gas and brake how I like. Ain't no one can pull me down. And when it's all gone, I should've moved on, but I'll hold on till it
I love this remix. Ah, I'm back. Let me get rid of this food. Go to the squirrel. My hotel tried to charge me $10 for extra for air conditioning. That just wasn't cool. I always have to remember who I'm reading this from. I'm like, oh, did I just come back from the bathroom? Cool. Is there a message from Checkered Mask? Cool. Actually, literally cool because it's an air conditioning joke. Ha! Anyways, you're capping the McD's being A tier. Get out of here.
wake up to that voice at night.
Honestly, when it comes to McDonald's, it's like I'm just assuming there's something else coming. Or like we're just like talking and yapping and just having a casual time. I am not a high maintenance girly. I am so sorry, kid. I go and endure. Even like McDonald's, it's like, here's the thing. It's like it's a place you go to, you grab a food to eat, maybe go to a nearby park or something. But obviously, you could argue Pocket. That's a park then. That's not just McDonald's. And to that I say, McDonald's is a very neutral and open pathway to many other bridges that, you know, you can cross with your partner and stuff, or could be potentially partner depending on how the vibes are on the day. Give them a Happy Meal? Yeah! Not your wild pocket. Honestly, I understand it, Canonical Major. You know she's the one if she stays. There you go. McDonald's Japanese commercials, right? Yeah, they have McDonald's Japanese commercials and like the little family with like the little girl being fed the fries. I don't know. Yeah, for McDonald's and stuff, I think it depends on the person. But if it's like, I'm going to most of these first date ideas under the impression that you like the person enough to try out a first date. And McDonald's just seems so simple and silly. It's like, yeah, why not? Baka, I'm gonna ask my next day if she wants fries and a burger just because of you. Let's go! I think she would absolutely love that. I think the first date should be low stakes. It's mostly feeling each other out. Yeah, exactly. Like that. I think McDonald's like does that pretty well, for sure. But if they're Korean, it has to be a Subway. Oh my god. I guess frozen french fries too. Frozen french fries too? That's like what? You want me to judge like freaking Kroger store brand or Rita? Freaking what else is out there? Like no, TJ Freddy's is only potato skins, I think, and tater tots. Or no, yeah. Or like what's another? I don't know. Anyways, maybe. Well, you have people getting Happy Meals for the Pokemon cards. True. You can't just add things to the date pocket. I could take you to McDee's and then a Hamilton show, which is more important to the date, McDee's or the show. I've heard good things about the Hamilton musical, although I've never actually seen it myself, but my friends have quoted it a lot, and then I've still a lot of those quotes from them. Yeah, as far as I could take you to McDee's and then the Hamilton show, which is more important to the date or the McDee's or show. If I'm like really craving a McDonald's large fry, then I'm really craving McDonald's large fry. And I don't think I'm normally craving a date or a Hamilton show. So it's more than likely going to be the McDonald's large fry. Oh no, I'm getting too logical about it. Let me see here. Welcome back, Pocky. By the way, do you want to go for some McDonald's? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Tradition must be observed, dude. Oh man. What do you call the beehive without an exit? Unbelievable. Oh my god. The one time I asked a girl to McDonald's, I got ghosted even though it was a joke. Okay. Some girls need to learn to take a joke. I think, like, there are definitely some guys that need to learn to take a hint. But I'm also, the more time goes on, the more I feel like there are also more girls that need to learn to take a joke as well. I think when you don't allow whimsy into your life, you prohibit yourself from so much that going to McDee's on a first date has to offer. I don't know why I'm like this, but like McDonald's french fries are like one of the few things that I don't think about often, but when I do, I really want it. You know, it's like, it's just one of those. It's just one of life's few pleasures, you know? And it's like, it's not like the kind you can make yourself that easily, because it's like, not only do you have to like, you know, grab the fresh potatoes, you gotta like dice them, not dice them, but you know, like shoestring them yourself, and then you gotta like blanch them, and then you gotta fry them, but then you gotta, you know, cool them, but then you gotta like refry them again, then you gotta get like just like the right amount of salt, and you gotta use like the right oil and everything. It's like, it's a whole process. It's not something that can easily be replicated in the kitchen. So it's like, I don't know. It's just one of life's few pleasures. Now I'm craving for fries. I'm sorry. This song is about, yeah. Let's see here. I think the date would have to suggest McDonald's before I brought them for a first date. Yeah, no, that's understandable, Valis. Obviously depends on the girl. Not every lady is as whimsical as yours truly. Haha. But you know, it's not to say that they're not fun in their own way. But I think when you, they allow themselves to just try different things, you know, just obviously within reason and stuff when it comes to just like, you know, just fun outings or whatever, sure. I think, you know, the more fun you guys get to have. But yeah, thank you so much, Assassin Thrive, for the reset for 54 months. Thank you.
Clearly I was being too expensive with that KBBQ idea last Axe Pocket called British.
I still can't believe you paid for all of the Pocket peers, dude. Like the entire like Pocket Shock Discord group that like came there. There was like, what? Oh my god, there's like what, 10 or 11 of us? There's like, there's pretty much like right around a dozen people, dude. I'm like, seriously, thank you so much for hosting that KBBQ outing for all of the the pocket peers and pocketeers that came out. That was some very good food.
Everybody,
Thank you. I'm sure it's very expensive, but I thank you so much for it anyways. Thanks so much to biddies as well. All right. Thank you so much. 423 at 61 months. How are you here for so long? I still don't have a tier 5 badge. I'm waiting on Raichu to open up her comm openings again. Even though she's like waitlisted. No, she's waitlisted me for the waitlist. I am on an imaginary list that will be entered as soon as the current concrete waitlist has been gone through. But I know she's busy. But her, like, I love her emote styles and stuff. So I'm obviously okay with waiting. But like, hopefully one day. But thank you so much for 6 months, Red. Hello everyone. First date I recall mine with my now wife. Hell yeah, it was a disaster that turned into a funny memory. Aww. And tell the story if you wish. Yeah, feel free to share, Red. I think that's a day for it. Hell yeah. Did you and your wife do anything for Valentine's Day? Also, thank you earlier though, Assassin3 for the 54 months resubs. I think it was like in the middle of thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's to you too, Assassin3. Hope you're having a great one. Speaking of people who need to go show up to the next AX, Red, get yourself down to I don't know if I'm going to AX this year, to be honest. Like, I'm already going to one different convention this year. And I just don't know if I want to be flying back and forth, especially to like California in general, like multiple times in a year. Ugh. I know that the Wild Pocket wants to watch Hamilton soon. We can make it happen. Oh, like another, whatchamacallit, Discord watch party and stuff? Yeah. Maybe. We had one pretty recently with everyone. I'm surprised how many people were there, though. It was like, I think there was like well over 24 people at like the last one, just like in the Discord. I remember like, there was a time when like, no, I think it was like when we were like watching Fate or something Fate related. I forgot it was like Fate Heaven Seal or something else, but like we literally hit the watch party cap because that was like 99 people or something like that. It's like, oh, there's a limit on this. Okay. Oh, much any fun. Hi, I'm glad you enjoyed Orchias. I want to try your own 5-year badge. Interim Pocky. I know you say interim, but I don't know if I'd even want an interim to be as scuffed as whatever I could conjure up, dude. I ever got a tax. If I go to one of his meetups and you pay for me, I will end you. Ooh, damn. Look, let the man flex his wallet. Yeah, that was 3 generous of them. Coming on, dude. 10? Oh, 10 people? Okay, thank you for clarifying. Easy. As blessed as our Hans are living server. Hi, Crimson! I have ranked 4 places so far. I've been yapping for an hour and a half and hardly done any tier listing, but we'll get through more soon enough, maybe. You base your decisions entirely on info you got about a girl. Yeah, I think it is, I don't know why. It's just like one of those things I think about, like, I don't know. It's just like in my head, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But also it's like, wait, why does it make sense? Like, why is it always about the girl? But it's also like, well, I mean, it's nice to be treated, I guess, and stuff. But it's like, at the same time in my head, like part of me feels a little guilty that it's like, oh, what does your date want? You know, as like the guy, it's like, you're always thinking about, you know, what does the pretty girl want and stuff. And it's like, I don't know. I always feel like slightly guilty, but like, and it's also especially because like I am so bad at making decisions. So it's like, I'm fine with whatever. I'm like very not picky. I'm like, I mean it when I say I am a low maintenance girly. It's like, I don't really need much. It really just depends on the kind of person that, you know, you're spending time with and stuff. Yeah. It's here. Are the problems? Pocket. Women are the problems. Pocket 2028. Oh my god, dude. Hi, Ray! Hi! Thank you so much for the resub for 38 months! Thank you. But yes, this is indeed the first date to list. But yeah, well, it hopefully will be whenever we get through it, because Pocket's still yapping, and I'm doing my best to stay up to date on chat. And I bit my tongue. Or sorry, my lip. Satisfying my ADHD by spinning my coin. That's probably what you're hearing right now. I need to pick it up. It fell on the floor. There we go. Ow, my elbow. Hope Taco Bell's an S tier. Do we even have Taco Bell on this list? I think we have a Starbucks, we have a McDonald's. We don't have a Taco Bell, interestingly enough. Those types of girls just want, oh yeah, something like that maybe. So hi Lara, welcome back in as well. Yeah, that was probably a while ago, but hi. Easy. Why don't I go to McDonald's? Damn.
Everybody.
Yeah, hi Tucker again. Thank you so much to the Prime for 700 months. Food for that, literally, for the first date. Do you go local food or exotic cuisine? Either is honestly fine with me. I don't really put too much weight into either of those choices. Exotic cuisine, you know, something cool to try out and stuff. Local food, you know, could be something really good, or it could also be something that could give you diarrhea the next day. Woohoo! Honestly, like, it's either or for me. Like, I am probably the worst person to be asking these things, or to be asked these things. I'm like, I'm genuinely fine with whatever. I guess McDonald's might make someone more comfy than a fancy place, especially if someone feels guilty if someone pays for them. Yeah, maybe. And the person, I feel like, here's the thing with fancy places for me, is it adds like a layer, especially for a first date. It's like, it adds a layer of pressure, you know, that makes it a little too formal. When I think of fancy places, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, I'm like going to like a fancy place for like, I don't know, the last, for like to celebrate someone's like big event or something, you know? And it's like a first date is like, sure, it's a big event, but it's also like supposed to be casual. It's not supposed to be like a high pressure environment. And like, I feel like I'm expected to act a certain way. Now, if I've been with someone for a while and it's like, oh, and then it's like deciding to go to a fancy place with, you know, someone you're already familiar with, someone you get along with a certain way, you already know each other's vibes and all the good stuff. Then yeah, you know, maybe a fancy outing together and stuff, and knowing how, having a better idea of how you guys would probably act or react to certain parts of the quote unquote fancy restaurant ambiance, then sure, that could be fun. But again, it's like, it's in the same category as Netflix and chill, you know, where it's like, it requires, at least for me, I feel like it's just better fitted when you already have more familiarization with the other person. Dinner and a show sounds good. It's well contrast though. Hooters, no. I have folded ice cream. Okay, sorry, I need to scroll all the way back down. What about a park or a picnic date? Yeah, I think I mentioned that earlier when we were talking about McDonald's or something. I was like, yeah, McDonald's and go to a park or something together. Like, that's fine. The thing with parks / picnic dates is they require two people to be comfortable with just sightseeing together, and I think that's a great thing. When you have someone you can just walk around like a city, or just like, I don't know, parks or places, whatever. And just like, you know, enjoy just like the atmosphere without feeling the need to constantly be yapping and talking or whatever. Like, once you have that comfortability, it's great. But if you also just get that vibe from each other, then absolutely go for it. First date idea, fantastic. Actually, I think technically speaking, if I had to say, I think a park might have been one of my first dates, technically speaking. But also, okay, I'll say this. The closest event I can think of that could have been considered a first date, because a lot of them blend together. It's, I don't know if that was a first, second, or third date, you know? I think the closest would probably be like a park, and a park was fun, so yeah. Especially when it's super cold out, and this is a long while ago again, just for clarity, but like when me and like a past partner of mine were like, oh yeah, this would be a cool area to like go by and stuff, but it was like, I wanted to go out, but it's also like winter, but it's like you also just, you want to like, you know, go out somewhere and stuff, and you're like sure, screw it, why not? And then like you're both freezing in the car and stuff. I don't know if that was the first. It might have been like a second, actually. Anyways, as close to the first as it gets, and then you're just like bundled up in the car together and stuff, and just while like, I don't know, watching videos on like your phone or something, with like the heater going on. I don't know, that can be fun. Oh, dang, McDonald's is an A. Guess I know what dinner would be. Wow. Make sure you eat something healthy later, though. If not submitting your weekly, what is this? Submitting a weekly salary in a first date is a deal breaker. You are probably dodging a bullet anyways. Yeah, honestly, Lara, literally. Which is, again, one of the reasons why I say McDonald's is fine. Although, with how much McDonald's is priced, it might not be too far off from the fancy place either. So, yeah. But yeah, where's park, actually? We were just talking about a park. Oh yeah, picnic park. Yeah, A tier. Honestly, I'd say S tier. I'm gonna say S tier because I'm assuming you're comfortable enough with each other to the point to try out a date. But if it's someone you're just meeting for the first time and you've had like, I don't know, 3 conversations off of like, I don't know, Tinder or whatever like the kids are using these days, like maybe a little bit longer than that. But if it's been like, you know, a good month of like back and forth at least, then like, yeah, absolutely. I think an outing picnic would be fantastic. We got a glow in the dark mini golf course in the car shop I go to play Yu-Gi-Oh. Is that a good one? Glow in the dark mini golf course sounds awesome. That sounds like a cool date idea. I'm not sure if you saw Pocket, but I posted my story. Oh, let me see. Where's your story, Red? Where is your story? Oh, okay. I will make it quick. We decided to go for a dinner and a movie. I was 23 at the time, and what I could afford was like a Fridays type restaurant. I mean, TJ Fridays is still like kind of up there in my opinion. She, to current day, is a burger and fries type of girl. She was okay with Burger King, but I refused to take her there. Long story short, every sit-down restaurant was busy as hell, with over a 1-hour wait time. Found an empty Burger King and ate there. I was so pissed. But when we ate and sat with each other, I saw my future with her! Dude, that's the magic of fast food places, dude. Seriously. That's so cute, dude. Thank you for sharing, Rat. That was adorable. That was adorable. That's what I usually ask when we were talking about this from a guy's perspective. Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. I don't know if we would get. Carlos has their first date story ready to be rated by... I mean, we just read Red, so, you know, feel free to, whatever, Carlos. There's no statute and limitations on Discord watch-alongs, so you don't gotta space them out, but if you are busy, that's different, of course. Yeah, I'm trying to get as much work done the current, whatever, video project that I'm working on, but yeah. If it's for the FG reveals and AX, I'm sure the same people that heard your screams last AX will be able to hear them from their home. Thanks, Sarah. Is a cat to what? I don't know. That's good. Yeah, 23. Oh, dude. When a girly we can do RPG movies together. Yeah, role-playing games and movies. I think yeah, that's a nice classic. Yeah. They have a big warehouse they rented out that used to be wait, since my birthday is Christmas, they just gave that to me as a present. Wait, hold on. The what? I'm missing context. What are we talking about? The glow in the dark. Oh, you're talking about the glow in the dark mini golf course, I guess. They rented out the UC gym and turned into a D&D card shop, golf course, snack shop, and party rental place. Oh, that's awesome. About a laser tag place our first date. We had one next to the old axe club that you leave through axes at targets in a bar. I've been laser tagging once, twice, I think, Emily, so far. But yeah, no, that's fun. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that can be fun. I think like, I feel like when, especially with me, I feel like I've usually just been like old fashioned of just like, it doesn't really matter too much, I guess, as long as like, you know, we're just like doing something with each other to like, that helps us learn a little bit more about the other person. Cause that's the whole point of like the first date, right? It's like seeing how you guys work together from like that context, I suppose. This me Monday we'll have you live streaming Nikkei chapter 44. Maybe. Maybe. I was thinking if I should play NTE, continue playing and like Neverness to Everness, the closed beta, because it closes up on like the 20th, or continue on to Nikkei chapter 44. Nikkei would definitely have to be like maybe Monday, because yeah, that's I think I've been told it's like an actual 3 to 4 hour long story segment almost in its own right, so that'd take a most of stream. Hi, Pocket. Hi, Shikel! Welcome back in. Also, thanks for the posture check, VG. I will sit up a little bit more straight. I still remember the first day I went, a friend told me, hey, let's go to the zoo. I heard there's a new exhibit in the reptile area. And say, sure. Then we go and have a great time. And at the end, she hits me with, thank you. This was the best date ever. And I just went, man, I'm an idiot. Aww, cute. Oh man, I just end up bumbling into relationships. Let's go! Laris got that unintentional res! I think that's where it really is at though, honestly. It's like, it's just like where you don't really expect to find it, or it's just like you're never really actively looking and hoping for something. I think the more pressure you put on yourself too, to like go at things from that perspective, it's like, it's just, man, I really want to show a scene from a certain anime I saw that like actually talked about the nuances of doing something as friends versus doing something as, you know, girlfriend, boyfriend, and like the difference of like just like how it's like perceived and stuff. But I can't remember the exact line and stuff. I wanted to pull up the episode, but I probably shouldn't because anime. Oh, I did randomly pick up a girl when I was biking down the old belt road, and it broke, so had to walk the rest of the. Oh no! I had to wait to fix it in the morning, and randomly ran into her when I was calling out to her not to hit her. She got scared and said, "Oh, sorry. Can I apologize by taking you?" Huh? Can I apologize by taking you to get something to eat? And that worked. Wait. Had to wait to fix it in the morning. Randomly ran to her when I was calling out to her not to hit her. She got scared. Oh, you apologize. Okay, I don't know why I thought the girl apologized. It's okay. Interesting. I mean, yeah, you know, I hope you guys are very happy together, Raisin. That sounds super cute. I first day. I mean, I think things just, you know, you never know until you know. That's a Flowers Bloom with Dignity probably, but it's the manga that talks about it. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's cute if they do talk about it. I saw the first episode of the Flowers Bloom with Dignity anime recently, actually, and I mean, it was a nice casual, like, it's a very pretty anime. But I guess like the first episode just, I guess it didn't feel like it did anything too different, I guess. But I guess, I don't know, I was imagining I might see. But I'm sure it's still very just wholesome and grounded overall, which is honestly good for them. Absolutely. But yeah, for me specifically, I think I was thinking of like an episode from What's a Naughty episode. I think it's like 2 or 3. Anyways, I'm not gonna quote it exactly, but yeah, you get the vibe, I think. You're going into relationships and start as friends. That is just my general consensus, because it's like, what? It's hard for me to imagine the thought of choosing to share intimate moments with someone you barely know, you know? And like, I get it, it's like technically you're not really sharing intimates, you're just figuring each other out. But in my brain, that's like that. Then you're just figuring them out as a person. You're not really in a quote unquote relationship yet, I guess. But yeah, I wanted to apologize for scaring her because she jumped when I called out to her. I worded it wrong. Oh no, that was just a random date I went on. My current girlfriend is a girl I met because of you. Wait, really? Wow, that's even cooler! Yeah. It always makes me happy to hear that, like, just, I don't know, just these streams and stuff just, like, get people together. They either, like, make new friends and stuff, either through Discord, like, through, like, just, like, hanging out in, like, the Pocket Discord or just on stream, or, like, what? Really? That's so cute, Raisin. Oh, my God. I don't know what to do with this information. Oh. Anyways, I hope you two are very happy together then. Oh my gosh. Being Cupid. Yes! Sniping y'all with my arrows. Pew, pew, pew. Talking the Discord Cupid. Good, dude. What doors open? Yeah, true. Yeah, it's, I mean, I don't know, that's literally just how life works. With business opportunities, friendships, relationships, literally anything good or bad, just gotta learn to take the good with the bad and just allow yourselves to be surprised. As the archer class then, I guess so. Oh man, me using freaking heart arrows as projectiles. We love generic rom-coms here in Pocket. I mean, absolutely, don't get me wrong, I love the hell out of like Horimiya. And what's another one I've watched that was like a nice comfy show? Oh my gosh, Tonikawa! That was like another, like, that was like one of the more like super casual anime I've watched that like was nice and comfy and just chill when it comes to like relationships and stuff. But yeah. Toradora. I have actually not seen Toradora. I've heard of it, but can't say I've seen it. But I think I've heard it falls into the comfy, just like nice, actual, calm romance, like rom-com genre where it's like people actually communicate and stuff, and it's not just like some convoluted like misunderstanding that gets dragged out for 12 episodes. But yeah, on Tonikawa still, it's so cozy. Ooh yeah, I think I've only seen the first season. But yeah. They have chill animes. They have that smoking behind the grocery store anime. Oh yeah, I heard. I watched a video of Gigok made on like the manga. I definitely want to see the anime though for that whenever it comes out. You'll probably like that one. Yeah, I really liked how it sounded in the one video that Gigok made for the manga. So definitely look forward to anime version of it for sure. Any more Horimiya? Give us a sadomasochistic female protagonist that bags herself an emo sad bastard. Yeah, exactly. It sounds so much wild when you phrase it that way, but it's all true. Oh man. Let's see. I love the manga. Helps the main girl is just Nightingale. Ah, interesting. Okay, I really need to sip some water. I think I've caught up on chat at this point and can maybe finally start the tier list. But let me drink some water. I've been yapping nonstop for so long. Okay. Pizza Hut. Wait, you see pizza on here? I do not see a Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut could be fun, I suppose. Oh, never mind. I see Carlos shared their first date in the Discord. Okay. This is very long, but I'm going to do my best to read through it. Why are we in windowed mode? Come on. There we go. This is fine. Okay. Oh, wait. Not windowed mode. I'm sorry. There we go. Okay. What not to do on a first date. A tale by Carlos. During my high school days, Carlos was texting this girl, and the topic of hanging out at the circus came up. To one person, this was just an invite to hang out. To the other, it was a date invite. So the one who thought this was just a meetup brought their friends. So it was very awkward when the person who thought this was a date saw the other person with their friends. Everybody quickly understood there was a miscommunication. But fortunately, everyone was also very supportive of this potential relationship and decided to go with the flow. So as the date was winding down, the friends just so happened to go round and around, thus leaving Carlos and this girl at the merry-go-round. So the person who wanted the date asked the other one if they would like to start going out. Then those words nobody wants to hear were said. It's not you. It's me. Then I also told her we could. Oh wait, you were the one to. No! I thought this was the other way around. No, you did it to her. Oh no. That's right. It was Carlos who thought this was just a hangout. Thanks to my almost inability to read social cues from text-based communication. I feel bad about ruining the date and ripping out her heart. Dude. Carlos got that Carlos Riz. That's why there's so many of y'all. It's like, who wouldn't want to be Carlos? Oh no. Oh, that poor girl. Carlos the heartbreaker, yeah. Like Elcor from Mass Effect. I wish we talked like Elcor from Mass Effect. The nice thing is that they like your friends, so they'll probably also like you. Yeah. I mean, she sounded like pretty nice, and it sounds like you got some really cool friends as well to like kind of pick up on that and everything. But yeah, I hope that you guys had an amicable whatever happened afterwards. Yeah. Maybe hot take is a better descriptor. Right up to you. Say something controversial in a plus chat. Oh, you mean, for me, giving hot takes, yeah. Chat. Krispy Kreme date, yeah? Well, Krispy Kreme date is like a really quick pit stop. I mean, you could say the same, I guess, for McDonald's. But like, I guess you could sit down at a Krispy Kreme. It's just, I don't know if I see people really going to a donut shop to sit down at the donut shop. Like, I feel like a donut shop's just one of those places, like a pizza place, where they have in-person places. But it's like you go there, you grab it, and you go, you know? Even if you grab like a dozen box, that's probably like for your friends and stuff. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it strikes me a little bit different from like a fast food joint. Tapotente? ¿Quieres? I don't know. This is also why I know the harem MC is being dense is durable. Chastised reminder, Elcor has very monotone speech patterns. Ah, I see. Okay, well, thank you again for sharing. Nope, she started dating my best friend soon after, but they broke up after she told my friend to not show up at my B-Day party. Oh, she was a little possessive, I guess. That, well, hopefully she's maybe made better decisions of herself since then, I guess, when it came to what to say to people, I guess. Yeah, that's a little I don't really get people who think, I don't know. It's just not something I could conceive like for myself. So it's harder for me to understand it when other people do like that. Oh, you can't do this thing unless I say it's okay. How dare you go to a party with friends? How dare you go to this like concert with your 3 others? I'm like, Red, no! What the heck, man? Thank you so much for the sub to talk about guy. How many subs has that guy gotten at this point, dude? I'm like, hold on. Let me see. He's been sub for 5 months. This random ass account that has probably never actually been in here has been given 5 months worth of subs. Red, dude, come on. Like, oh my God, no way. Ain't no way, dude. 5 months of subs to talk about, guys. Insane. How many subs do you got, Pocket? You are up to subs for at least sub for 6 months. So woohoo. Let's see here. Talk about guy. I didn't realize that dodge that bullet came until years later, because at that time I was like, oh, I hope they have a good relationship. Aww. If they do have trust, I don't trust the human condition, so it's a bouncer. Yeah. I mean, as all things are, I suppose. Man, the money wasted for a bit. I think that's just that. It's worth it to them. the price of whimsy. What do you mean, Mom? Yeah, look, I was asking for a date. Oh no, you're preluded with that message, bro. Hold on, I dropped my coin again. I need my ADHD coin. My fidget coin. Come on. Anyways. Very worth. So money wasted when you wanted it, true. I'm glad you're having fun, Red. I don't know if I can say the same with Taco Bell Guy. I don't know. I hope Taco Bell Guy is doing well. That was like a while ago, but like I hope they're doing well. Like, cause like they were not a bad looking guy either. Like I am not one to normally like judge people on like a scale. Like, I don't know. I remember like hearing like my dad doing that for some people. I'm like, I don't know, I never liked that. But it's like I get it. It's like what sometimes what some people do, and it's like I try not to like, you know, give people a scale, because it's like it's not like, you know, it's on the outside, it's on the inside. It's like literally how a person gets along. And generally, I think some of like the best relationships I've had in the past, it's like as someone who's I don't want to put all these people on a scale. I will say, Pocky has seen some very, very pretty people. And also some people who are like, you know, just about like average and like, you know, okay and stuff. And some people like, I guess in between. And it's like, I get it. It's just a fact of life when it comes to just like looks and stuff, you know? But like, I would say, I don't know, the true, like the happiness and connections that you make at the end of the day, they kind of just trump all of that, you know? Like there's just nothing like it once you have, you know, a connection with someone to a certain level where you can like just honestly feel like you can, and almost anything you can talk about, and it doesn't take long for the both of you to start laughing. Like when you get that kind of connection, it really doesn't matter what the other person really looks like, to be honest. But yeah, only best. Oh my God, Larry DC. It's hard being so pretty. I'm sure you know all about it, Lara. Oh my gosh, the pocket pulls. Wait, that's crazy, bro. But are they so pretty? I would say, generally speaking, no, I'm not gonna put people on this scale. Oh my gosh. But I will say, when it comes to, why was I talking about this? Hold on. Someone said something, I started talking about this for some reason. Oh, I was talking about Taco Bell Guy. Taco Bell Guy was up there. Like, I'll just say, without giving a specific number, on a general scale, I would say they were well above average. Maybe like not the absolute pinnacle of chadliness, but fairly well above average of like, I don't know, what people maybe consider, I guess, I don't know, hot, pretty, whatever descriptor you usually use. But like, I don't know, it was also like a goofy kind of like, above average because they're like goofy of like not goofy themselves. They're like shy, but also like I don't know. They're very I guess I don't know back and forth because they're like asking the coworker essentially to ask me, and it's like damn. Taco Bell guy feels bad, man. Why is that a Twitch username? Who thought to make that? Okay, I need to stop talking about this. Never mind. Bro, what? Ain't no way. It feels why is that a name? Literally. Imagine Power rejecting Robert Pattinson and a Taco Bell costume. No. Is that a bot? Dude. Like what the hell? That is so specific. Hold on. When was this account made? This account was made 2015. Wait, this account is literally older than the OG Taco Bell guy. The OG Taco Bell guy was created 2019. This one was created, Taco Bell guy feels bad man, was 4 years prior to regular Taco Bell guy. Oh, this makes no sense. What? That's a real account. That has to be. Oh, Robert, you know he's bad. Oh my God. Taco Bell regret stuffing. Another 2015 account. I don't believe it, dude. Fred, did you just make a bunch of like burner accounts back in like 2015? And we're just like, I'm gonna change the name of these one day and then frick with like Pocket one day or whoever future streamer I come across because they're gonna be like, no. Dude, that's crazy that these existed. Like, dude, those accounts are 11 years old. My account is nowhere near 11 years old. Like, oh my God. Like, don't get me wrong. I think like from the moment I made my Twitch account, I started like streaming soon after because it's like I made it specifically just like dabble in it a little bit, I guess. Oh my, there are a bunch of accounts I can use to speak through. No! That's a display name. I don't know. That's some Foresight EX right there, dude. Taco Bell made like 15 ults. Why? There's a lot of stories that crazy fans like one stalker he bored to death to leave by just complaining about his life. She also broke into his hotel room and where he found her. Just bore your stalker and they will leave. Yeah, it's like the never meet your heroes kid kind of thing. It's like you disillusion their fascination with you and it's like it's over. Taco Bell guy hasn't changed. Why? All of these accounts are 2015. I guess Taco Bell guy just went on a spree, I guess. Except for the OG Taco Bell guy account, because that was created in 2019 for some reason. Weird. Okay, then. We are learning things today. Damn, mine's 2015 feels too old. Yeah, dude. I'm like, I still remember, I forgot why. I was like trying to think of like, how was I trying to think of something from like 2016? And in my head, I was like, oh yeah, 2016. That was like, 8 years ago. And in my head, I'm like, no, that was 10 years ago. It is 2026. You big dum-dum. Taco Bell guy emote. No. Fiji! Redeeming the draw point redeem. On today of all days, bro. What? The list is funny. I've never had a first date. Oh no, I'm sorry, Kazakh Soul. It might happen one day. You never know. Dinner respected picnic place at? Hell yeah! Thanks, Inkles on. And what do you mean A to McDonald's? Because McDonald's is A tier! Wait, we got to see Pocket's artistry. It's so bad, dude. It's basically non-existent. 2015, that's your... Oh no. Can't wait, yeah. Where's my Emma's Pate, dude? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I actually have to physically add a white background to this. Okay. Because it's like they made it transparent now in the new update. McDonald's has great fries. Deserves A tier. Absolutely. Make sure your drum's saying sure. You know what? I have the perfect idea for this. Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I have an idea. Okay. I have an idea. This is so stupid. Okay. Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, this might be better. Okay. I got it. Okay. You ready for this? I bet you're not. Okay. Here we go. Maximum artistry coming out here. All right. So do this. Oops. Actually, yeah, this works. Okay. Okay. Okay, you with me? Love this banger of a track. We rise. Do. Okay. Hear me out. Okay. Use MSP. This is what I always use. McDonald's fries can expire too. Are they just like Twinkies? Can they survive nuclear fallouts? Okay, actually, let me draw the rest of this first to like not give away exactly what I'm drawing in like 2 seconds. Okay. This is nothing. Actually, wait, no. That is too good for you. This. Wait, no. This. Okay. This. Okay. And then we're gonna do this. Okay. And then, hold on. I need to like see what it looks like. Okay. I'm like holding my hand in front of my face to like visualize what this looks like. Okay. Yeah, okay, I think I got it. Okay. Actually, you know what? No, you can't tell what I'm drawing. Okay, hold on. Okay, and then so we go like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then like this. Okay. Awesome. Okay. And then, okay, I'm gonna go like this. Okay, and like this. Okay. All right, awesome. Okay, let me do this. Yeah, that's opening song. They changed it. Yeah, this one's still a banger though. But yeah, they definitely did change it. And honestly, I think I like the new one more. I mean, not just because it's Victor Borba, the same singer behind Devil May Cry 5's absolute banger, Buried the Light, but also it is just a genuine banger in of itself. Okay. Let me get the proper shape here. Okay. So it goes like this. Okay. And then we'll just have like a thing that separates it like there. Okay, awesome. And then, okay. And we're gonna do this. There's like this little flower thing here. Okay. And we're gonna bucket this in with some pink. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna go back to this pink here. Okay, there we go. Just a few little stems coming out from that. Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go light blue here. Great. Okay, I'm gonna go dark blue here. Awesome. Okay, and then we can have some big giant eyes. Okay. Oh wait. Oh, we're in blue. My bad. Okay. Awesome. Look at these bug eyes. Okay. All right. You see the vision? Okay, good. All right, let's go here. Let's fill these in.
Everybody, say!
Okay. Awesome. What's up, Plushy? Thank you so much for the reset. Wait. Oh, I just realized you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. I completely forgot I was in window mode. This is what I'm drawing. Hi, Plushie. Thank you so much for the 42-month race up. Happy Valentine's Day to you, too. Much appreciated, Plushie. Thank you. Yeah, hope you're having a great V-Day yourself as well. And hope work hasn't been kicking your ass too much. I haven't really kept up as much with like after content admittedly. However, I do still see like your community posts and stuff here and there too. So I hope you've been doing okay, my dude. I know, like, I don't know, I'm sure work can get stressful, and it's like, especially when you tell yourself you want to like uphold yourself to a certain standard of like, you know, frequency or quality and all this other stuff, but like life just gets in the way, or sometimes life doesn't always get in the way, but it gets in the way just enough to put you off like your rhythm, and then you beat yourself up for not constantly matching the rhythm when, you know, you're just not like always on that rhythm, because life just be like that. But I think at the end of the day, I hope you learn to trust that it's like everyone else is, you know, just happy to get whatever content they can get from you, because you're doing your best, and that's the part that matters. Anyways, I'm sorry, that was a big old random rant. Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce this. Let me see here. Hi, I'm watching you from cold Siberia. It's cold here. There's vodka and bears. Give me 1 second. Let me figure out how to respond to you. Nelman69. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Oh.
Привет. Привет.
Okay. 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 Привет, Ньюман. Спасибо. Спасибо. Смотрели меня. Did I say that right?
Привет, Нильман. Спасибо, что смотрели меня.
Что смотрели меня? I will admit, of all the languages from like very populated countries, I feel like Russian is still like my least practiced. But I hope that was said correctly. Yeah, I just have to deal with it. Yeah, I just had a bit of crash out last week. Seen 6 early. Yeah, understandable. Is Isla here? Right? Yeah, they're hyping with it. Let's go. Sit down. He ain't going anywhere. Yeah. Why speaking Russian? Because Nelman is apparently from Siberia, and they said hello. So I was doing my best to say hello back to them in the Russian. Since that's what they typed in. Why does Fiji look so phallic? What do you mean phallic, dude? I don't know what you mean. What part of it's literally a bottle with a flower on it. What are you talking about? What do you on about, bruh? This looks like a totally normal water bottle. Okay. Let's get a tongue in here. Okay, awesome. Ah, come on. Okay. Nice. Okay. 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 All right. Now, and then get this. Okay, ready for this? Hold on. I'm gonna hit you with this one. And okay. Hold on. Pockets cooking. Okay. Is this? I guess I don't need to be transparent. I just need to have like a wait. Oh, perfect. Oh wait. Oh, it's got a. You know what? No, the watermark makes it even better. The watermark even makes it better. Okay. All right. Ready for this? Okay. Here we go. Okay. All right. You see, you see where this is going? Yeah. Okay. And then how do I resize? Oops, I did not mean to do that. Okay. And then so let's go to resize to, let's say like 25. Okay, awesome. All we gotta do is rotate. Wait, or shoot. Rotate left. Nice. Awesome. Okay. Now all we gotta do is go here. And then we'll just like expand this one out maybe a little bit. Okay, awesome. It looks so pixelated though. Hold on, we can do better than this. Oh god. Okay. Let's see. Let me copy it again real quick. Damn, short key, literally. Hold on. Okay, I can make this better. Just copy this. Okay, so we go here, and then resize to 50. Okay, and then we resize to 50. Rotate left 90. Okay, and then resize to, let's say, 90 again. Okay, nice, awesome. Alrighty, Fiji, here we go. Okay, where's the speech bubble? Okay. All right. And then here we go. Okay. And then, yeah, sure. Okay. How do I, okay, let's do this one. Let's go all the way down to 32. Can we go to 32? Come on. There we go. Okay. Awesome. That goes to here. And then we're going to have in the background another speech bubble responding. Except it's going to be facing the other way. So we're going to flip you horizontal. And we might make you smaller, actually. It's going to be the distance. Be like, all right. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. So we do this one. Okay. And I do this. Awesome. Yeah. All right, Fiji. There you go. There you go. Are you ready? All right. This is your masterpiece. Your 100,000 pocket change reward. Let's go. All right. This is going to the Discord for you. Gotta use Comic Sans. Oh, oop, well. Maybe next time. Let's see. See? Phallic. Orchius! This, you have to be stretching for this, dude. Do you see how wide that right nut is? Dude, who in their right mind would imagine this as an elongated right nuts? I don't know about you, but I don't know of any, hopefully man has seen a nut this elongated. No! Unless your nut is shaped like this, you get a pass. I do not need to see proof. But if it is, fine. But if it isn't, what the frick, man? That is such a stretch. I see it. An angle, only makes it iffy. It's kind of deformed. Yeah, dude, seriously. I don't know about that one. Clap, nice. Thanks, CG. Aka is short and my life is yours. Oh my gosh. Ruler, Dan. This is so petty. I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Bella. Sticky, thank you. Okay, so this is a chat if you lived in Gumball Universe. Yeah. I don't feel like there's a safe way to either confirm or deny the thought. Yeah, you're probably right. Let's maybe not worry about it. Happy day before chocolate disco day. Yeah, hi, Accord. Well, got back in as well. How you doing, my guy? It is in fact almost a chocolate discount day. I hope you're having a very pre-chocolate discount day today. Did I just say very without any adjective after it? I hope you're having a pre-chocolate day of all time. We're talking about nuts and where's the chocolate? Tomorrow. We can go grocery shopping tomorrow. Yeah. Is that how you put a ruler? Maybe. Your reaction to my tail was so good I clipped it. Yeah! I'm glad you enjoyed it, Carlos. Thank you so much again for sharing your tail. Okay, it has been, I just looked at the timer. It's been over 2 hours. Almost 2 hours and 15 minutes. I need to maybe start trying out to fill out this tier list. What?
Well, you know what they say. What goes well with chocolate on Valentine's Day? Elongated nuts.
Is that what they say? You know, you might be more informed than I. Also, welcome in Sonic Speed. What the hell? Oh man, how you doing, my guy? Thanks so much, biddies. They're called tips on Reese's. Have them all. Pocket is allergic to cashews, almonds, macadamias, walnuts, peanuts, freaking hazelnuts, any nut you can name, except for maybe like donuts and coconuts, I guess. Pocket will probably throw up. I'll probably throw up. I'm doing better. My buddy said he spent $240 on supper with his wife. Were they eating liquid gold? Then I realized maybe I'm meant to be single because ain't no way she's worth 2 big packs and gotcha. Technically 3 if you're talking FGO's gotcha. Bro, dude. Like, here's the thing. This is why I think, evolutionary speaking, I think the low maintenance girlies will win out because we will not be causing our partners or whatever to go bankrupt just to make the girlies happy. I don't know, man. I say we. I'm not out here making people spend, well, you guys sub and all that other stuff, but I hope you do it responsibly. But like, no. Pocket would not want to do that to any potential partner in general. How about now we're having fun? Yeah. I debate save another 100k Pocket change for another drawing because I think how Pocket views me has changed. Wow! I'm not gonna lie, I already forgot like what my previous drawing for you looked like, so maybe. I never heard of that. And Kit Kats. Yeah, I love Kit Kats. Feel a little nutty tonight. For real, gotta get a gotcha cosplay girlfriend. Buy her Valentine's pack to 2 rolls on the Husbando banners, bro. Oh, Orchias, why are we clipping? What? I don't know what that was clipped, but I don't think it was good. I'm gonna cry. Whatever. Okay. So is this about to redeem that Pocky portrait? Isn't it on a cooldown? Wait, do we not have this on a cooldown? Orchias, I know you mentioned last time that you're like 99 something thousand points away, and like you're probably like right there at this point, from just like watching, especially last 2 hours worth. I guess, honestly, go for it. If you have it, just go for it. I guess things need to show up in the Discord more because that drawing is still my profile picture. Damn. Oh my gosh, I still can't believe some of you guys made that your Discord PFP. It's okay. Up to you, Urkias. I would not mind. Anyways, okay. Let's continue. Speaking of Pocky not minding, I would not actually mind going dancing, honestly. It is very nerve-wracking for sure. Depends on the person. First date ideas though. This one is iffy because there are some people who are definitely more nervous than others, and it's definitely like a more intentional but slightly intense thing, but still can be fun if you're like going out to take a class together or something. I guess conventionally it'd probably be A. I'm gonna put the ones that are more like Pocky's flavor to closer to the left. But conventionally speaking, I think A is fine. It is one per stream I tried. Oh, I see. To make the picture, my profile picture, bro. No. I still kept the art you drew for me. I am Seamus, the pink lit bitch. Okay, I remember now. When you mentioned pink lit, I'm like, oh wait, yeah, that's that what I remember. Is that a Mario Party on this tier list? It's a sign pocket for some Mario Party Youth Valentine's. Oh my god. I don't know if I've ever played Mario Party on Valentine's Day. With like, obviously, SOs or friends or otherwise. Then again, I don't normally play Mario Party very often. Except when I'm like playing with friends, I guess. But yeah. Well, I get back in an hour later. Probably only puts one more date spot on the tier list. Lost. Yeah, hi Shivy. Fun fact, we just put that up there like a minute ago. We're really taking our time with this one. Well, but just curious what the new drawing would be. I see. You know, you never know, I suppose, until you know. Okay, this is golf coursing. Golf coursing. I mean, this one, like, it's different from like a park because you're expected to like swing stuff and then you can like, I mean, that could be fun. That could be fun. Yeah, I'd say that could be solidly fun. I feel like anything that has like an expectation of performance and stuff, and then you're like, you swing and then you wait and watch and you swing, you wait and watch. It's like, it requires you to focus on a certain activity is fine. The reason I like the picnic so much is because it's so free flowing and it's like, it's meant for if you already have like, you know, if you already know you get along and you have like similar, I guess matching wavelengths. I hate using general terms like vibes and wavelengths, but it's like, I don't know how else to better describe that feeling you get when you're just comfortable just yapping with someone for like literally hours and hours. Casino, final answer. Plushie! We are not taking the girlies out gambling on the first date! Oh my god, I'm not even going to say the number of bits you just used. That is so cursed. Is that a golf or mini golf? I can't tell, honestly. It might be mini golf. Mini golf would still be fun though, yeah.
Dancing? No. DDR? Yes.
Dude, DDR absolutely kills me, dude. Like, I mean, I just play on like normal, but still, it's like, it is, I like to get extra with it because I feel weird if I'm just standing there just tap, tap, tap. But also like any higher than normal and I die. But yeah, DDR is a fun workout, absolutely. If DDR was on here, I'd probably put it S tier because it's S tier for me at least. I have a lot of fun with it. Thanks so much, Biddies as well, Daxters. And again, for the 50 bits for that weird Hans cheer, you weirdo. Thanks, Plushie. Of a Chad move, yeah. Gambling, let's go gambling. Man knows how to have a good time, bro. Casino first date is actually wild. No, smell this for a mini golf course. Do they usually smell bad? Oh. Hey, Mario Party next Pocky. It's not on the list. Do you see Mario Party? I don't see Mario Party. When you play Mario Party, you gotta determine how the relationship handles strain and conflict, because that's what you get with Mario Party. True. As well, there's oh yeah. Gambling, yeah. Okay. Next one, bowling. I like bowling a lot. I feel like I'm putting so many of these into A tier, but honestly, bowling is a solid A tier for me too. I think it's fun. It's like a nice, like you focus on it, you have fun. Maybe chit chat a little bit in between. So yeah. Right next to tennis. I miss bowling. Yeah, I went bowling. I don't know, 6 months ago. It's been a minute, but yeah. You're very positively biased. What do you mean positively biased? About bowling? What? I'm curious what your reasoning is for my bias on bowling. About everything? I mean, that's fine, I guess. Okay, what is the source of the bias? Is it like you have 5 A tiers? Okay, I like McDonald's. Dancing is fun, and going out to outings with like I don't know, whatchamacallit, sports/carnivals is fun in 1 C tier. I mean, what's wrong? What's wrong with that? A positive person? We've only, I don't know if that counts, but you know, that's gonna be fun too. Laser tag? That has to be S, right? Is laser tag on here? I don't know if I see a laser tag. This one looks like an escape room. This is kayaking, obviously. Oh, laser, oh wait, no, I see it, laser tag. Okay, maybe I am generalizing all these activities. Because here's the thing with these like sporty/outgoing activities is like, it's you go out and you're meant to focus on the thing more so than your partner. I mean, you obviously would focus on like your partner to an certain extent as well, but you're also like focused on just having fun, which is like the best part of it. But yeah, like doing activities. It looks like. I mean, is that not normal? No, I don't see an arcade in here. It's like activities are part of an arcade, but yeah. He probably also wants to show off her competitive side. Yeah, a preference on a bad thing. I mean, I guess, yeah. Does whether you're good or bad affect the placement with these activities? Like mini golf and bowling? Should you tank if you are really good? I think you should just let yourself go off, and if you do horribly, you do horribly, and if you do amazing, more power to you. Either way, it's about having fun. And if you both suck, then you both suck and you can learn together. And if you are amazing and they suck, you can help teach them. Or, you know, just like, you know, just do the whole, what is it? Like the classic date, help hold their hand to the right position to then throw the ball the right way, whatever, in any sport that you're good in or something like that. Like there's always opportunities there. And if you're both good, then you can get really competitive into it. So it's like, you can't really go wrong, especially in these sports kinds of things. Is if you both suck, you can suck together and have fun with it and learn together. And, you know, if one's better than the other can teach and have them that way. And if you're both good, then be competitive. So you would likely invert your list. Really? I mean, I can understand that, I suppose, but yeah. Be yourself, you know, that means heartbreak. Exactly! Because that's how you know you're going to be, you know, making it work in the long run. What is the... Oh, this is a play. This really... Ooh. Like musicals, theaters, operas. This is very dependent. It could be good, but a first date... You know what? I feel like it's a bit more involved than Netflix for sure. For a first date, if you know that you're likely to at least talk about it, I feel like I'm more likely to talk about an in-person theater performance, musical and or opera or concert than I am about like a Netflix show. Because a Netflix show feels, I don't know, like you can still talk about it to a certain extent, but like an in-person show is like, I don't know. I usually find myself yapping a little bit and commenting about like what I saw like just after the movie with like, you know, some of my friends or whatever else. But yeah. I put that at least in B. Oh, this is also movie. Okay, yeah, sure. Movie B, I guess. But yeah, you're mostly focused on the screen. But yeah, same feeling, I guess. What is this like arts and crafts? Really big. Oh, it looks like pottery almost. I'm gonna just guess this is like arts and crafts pottery. I think this is gonna be an easy A tier. Easy A tier. You're doing something together, you can make something to take home together, a nice memory, whatever. Starbucks. I mean, if she's the Starbucks girly, I guess, just have a chat. I feel like Starbucks is like, I don't know. I don't chat very often at Starbucks. as much as like, I don't know, Pocket has that inner valley girl in her that can just like go off and off about her day and I don't know how this like one person like misspelled her name in a way that like nobody else does, and she's like bitching to you about like no, I actually wouldn't do that. But like Starbucks, I'm like, I mean, it smells nice in there, but it's like an even quicker stop than McDonald's. McDonald's just, I don't know, it feels more fun. Starbucks is like, you just grab a drink. It's a very chill. Yeah, it's very chill, I guess. I feel like Starbucks, there's almost like a expectation to sit down and talk over your coffee, which to me is like, ah, you know. I feel like especially in the how should I say? just like the relationships I've had the most fun in, it's like when we just get to like, I don't know, just be our usual yappy selves, like regardless of where we are. And Starbucks just feels more of like you plan to go there to yap over coffee, which is fine, but I will admit I bias in this where it's like, it works more for some people than others. But you know, the generic answer, yeah, McDonald's is more romantic than Starbucks, but it feels more whimsical. I don't know what it is. Plus, they have good fries. Am I crazy for this? Please don't tell me I'm crazy for this. You're tripping. I'm gonna start asking some of my friends, honestly, of just like, I'm gonna like show my tier list to some of my other like girly friends and just be like, hey, do y'all think this is like, am I being crazy? Am I crazy for having McDonald's over Starbucks? Am I crazy for having picnic as S tier? Like, I don't know. I prefer a tea house over a coffee place. Yeah, I suppose so. It's not wrong. You can't ask in a crowd, I guess. Costs like 3 times more than McDonald's for an average coffee. I'd rather go to any other cafe. Talking this one. Thanks, Arceus. Thank you. I feel seen. Influence your friends. Oh, maybe. Is baseline now? Yeah, there you go. B for baseline. There's a Ghost. I'm assuming Ghost is just the name of a movie. It's just one word. Imagine going to the Minecraft movie as your first date. Chicken jockey. What is this? Ooh, fancy restaurant. That puts expectation. I say expectations. I just feel like I have to act a certain way, and I don't know. Maybe it's just skill issue. Maybe I just need to let myself just like talk and yap and be as like rowdy as I maybe normally would be. I don't know if I'm really that rowdy in public to BH, but I feel like I would have to like, I don't know, just mentally adjust myself to the setting. This feels like a little too tense, too formal. Fancy restaurants for anniversaries, not first dates. Yeah, exactly, Aton. That's why I put it C tier. Like, I wouldn't say it necessarily hurts specifically your chances, but it's not doing much good either. I guess it just sets a lot of expectations, and it's expensive. You know what? No. It's D tier because it's expensive. D tier, too much money for a first date. Ain't no way. No. Ain't nobody got change for that. Okay. Roller skating. This is kind of cool. Also intense though. Really, really depends on the person. All these other ones are nice and casual. You don't have to be too active. This one, you really gotta like be hopeful that your partner is willing to like try something a little bit more intense. With that being said, this is my tier list. I would not mind doing this. Although, I don't know, it's a lot to prep for though, because the skates have like, take more time to put on. You gotta get knee pads and a helmet on. For our first date, this feels like a bit of work. But it is also fun. It's been a while since I went roller skating, but like, and D, because breaking my hip on a first date probably costs, yeah. I would say B, just because it's fun, but it really depends on how active your partner is willing to be, especially on a first date. While you gear up, I suppose so, that's true. Test relationship, Starbucks test if you like cold brew or espresso. Literally, thank you, Orkias, thank you. And then a first date's probably not the best idea unless it's like a person we're starting to date is basically a formality. I guess if that's just like part of their MO, I suppose, yeah. Also, someone from the Northeast, I have to say Dunkin' is better than Starbucks. It's genetic. Ooh, yeah. Hold hands if they aren't used to it. I suppose so. I guess, yeah, because that's the thing is like roller skating. This looks like so much more intense. Whereas like, I think what I'm thinking of is like ice skating. Ice skating seems like it could be cute and you hold hands and stuff. And like this, I don't know, I feel like ice skating is more chill than roller skating. Okay, no pun intended, I just realized. But, I mean, but you also have to gear up for both of these too. It's harder, I would say. First date, now I think about it, McDonald's day after convention sounds fun as fuck. I agree with A tier now. Yeah, thank you, Kwong. I'm glad more and more of you guys are getting on board with my A tier McDonald's first date idea. I was thinking you should probably go side by side. Yeah. It is a lot of work. I'll put it in B. It's super dependent, but if you're super down for it, then yeah. But otherwise, it is a bit more work. Well, that's why you balance each other. That is true. But also for a first date, like, do you want to be put into a position where you're dependent on holding hands. What if you're not ready to hold hands yet? I don't know. I mean, it's like, how do you know you're ready for anything kind of thing, right? But, I remember, God, I just had a random memory when I was thinking about holding hands that, like, one person I was with and stuff, like, a while back, they took me to, like, an airplane museum. I didn't even mention that. I was like, oh yeah, I know a bit about airplanes and stuff. But like, they just happened to be more knowledgeable about airplanes apparently. And they're like, I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds cool and stuff. And so it's like, we went and like, we saw like all the different like exhibits and stuff. And like, this was like, oh God, when was this? Like 6 years ago? It was a hot minute ago. Anyways, obviously not with said person now, but like, it was a fun time. But yeah, I remember like, deciding to just hold hands like throughout that endeavor, just because it's like, oh yeah, you know, it's like, it's just, yeah, I figured like, why not? It seems like a good time too. And like, they were so I don't know, they'd like almost like melted. I don't know how to describe it nicely, but it was just like it's funny to see, I guess, like, I mean, like having like those first moments and stuff. But it's like, I feel like it's something that's like you want as like something intentional instead of like, oh no, and that's the first. I mean, it is nice to get comfortable with just the feeling of touch, especially with your partner over time. But yeah, again, for those activities, I'd say that's more dependent. Is this Dispatch? Yeah, it certainly is, Fiji. It's it's Flambe's little karaoke song he does. Talking about how much of a binge Robert is in that. As I call it a show. Technically, it's not a show. It's a Telltale game. But yeah, it's a gosh, yeah. Their marriage to Skinners, literally. Hand holding is very lewd after all. Yeah, dancing and hold hands sometimes. That is true. It's like different, I guess, from like. I don't know. It's less like stakes wise because you're not about to like fall over unless you're doing some really intense dancing. Or less Dispatch. Same. Yeah. Hey, nice to meet you. Gives handshake. Other person literally melts. There you go. McDonald's breakfast or lunch dinner? McDonald's breakfast for everything. McDonald's lunch dinner mainly just for the nuggies and fries. I don't really care for the burgers, to be honest. They're burgers. They're good. They're okay, but. The fries and nuggies are the main star of the show for me when it comes to lunch dinner menu. Hash browns obviously for the morning. And honestly, I feel like I smack with the McMuffins more than I do the Big Macs when it comes to McDonald's menu. Yeah. Again, I held hand on the men. How come I'm not... Dude, crazy, right? Oh, man. Anyway, sorry. I'm going to continue. Museum. Oh, that's so funny. I just talked about a museum. Well, I guess this is more of like a traditional art painting museum. For this kind of museum, if they're not a super artsy person, it depends. Because it's like, you could also point out all like the funny, you know, different painting styles or like how certain, you know, strokes look like something else than the painting itself. You know, there's room for whimsy here, but I would say they probably would have to be more into art and stuff, or have a very whimsy coded mind for this to be fun. I feel like Museum Heist. Oh, if Museum Heist an S, but you know, we're not. I don't know. I feel like that's already been done before. You know, just look at the Louvre. I think. I don't know. We don't want to be too cliche, you know, with our heist dates. Truly romantic, yeah. So you feel like we need to specify that the museum is of interest to both parties? Yeah, for sure. So cool museum dates. Also some other ones where the dates get pissed at me because I'm listening to the guide for the exhibits. No. Yeah, I think it really depends on the person. Me personally, I don't really mind. I wouldn't really mind this one at all. Like I think I've literally been to a museum and like I guess like a distant previous date before, but it's a different type, I guess. Here. Yeah, like you jam into the song. Yeah, this is the bar fight song. Okay, sailing. If they don't get seasick, sure. If they're like okay with the wibbly wobbly of the watery, that was a series of words I just said. That could be fun. Just like going out, taking a look over the sides, taking in the air. I personally like this. I would not mind going like sailing and stuff. Now if I were the one that had to like help and stuff, Oh, that could be cool if they knew. If neither of us knew and we have like a guide with us, then I guess that could be fun too. I don't know. I'd say that's a solid A. You're not really required to do too much. It's not too intensive, so you don't have to worry about the other party like being afraid to do too much. But it's like, it's still, you get out to see the sights. Yeah. Fiji just vibing? Fiji is vibing. Day one was a bit sad because it was near closing time and we had to rush everywhere. Aww. Get everything you can, yeah. Ooh, hockey. I've actually been taken to a sports game before. On a formal date. And it was alright. It was like a baseball game. And whatchamacallit. It was actually in the past by the same person. Previous I guess like ESO that took me to a museum before. They took me to actually, oh shoot, yeah, now I think about it, they took me to a lot of like standard places. Not on first date, but this is, I mean obviously this is for a first date, but anyways, I'm just like realizing now. One of the few, I guess, like more normal, I guess, whatever. Experiences I had. But let's see here. We've got where would hockey game go? I mean, if you both like hockey, sure, cheering for the other team. But you're mostly just kind of sitting there, really, and watching. But I don't know. Little less involved unless both people are fans. Yeah, baseball may be better than hockey. More downtime to talk. Yeah. Personally speaking, I'm not a super sports ball kind of person. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be sitting there, be like, yeah, look at them. They're walking the pucks and stuff. But yeah, watching is fine. Gives time for conversation. Yeah, which is fine. Students are okay, not great, not awful. Yeah, so I'm just like, it's C tier. It's like, it doesn't hurt, doesn't help much. But yeah, the only reason fine dining is in D is because it hurts your wallet for not much gain. Okay, what am I looking at? What is this bottom left? It's like a shelf full of stuff, and I don't know what this is supposed to be. Like, is this like, are we going like shopping at, is this supposed to be like a farmer's market stand or something? But it's like one of those farmer's markets that doesn't just sell fruits, that just has people that sell like handmade like dolls and other random knickknacks. Actually, no, now that I think about it, the other one, this other image looks more like a farmer's market, sort of. Oh no, that's a garage sale, I think. Oh my god. Okay. Camping, antique shop, like a trailer, like a flea market, maybe. Going to bazaar, I guess. I mean, that's what this is, sure. Yeah, yeah, why not? We can check out bazaar. B tier is fine. B for bazaar. Imagine having your partner talking to you, being super cool, and then suddenly going, that was a freaking fall, and you know it, get your eyes checked. Yeah. Talk about knee pads and helmet for rollerblading. Still stuck on talk. Uh-oh, what about it, Julia Tommy? What's wrong? Or do you not usually wear all that much for rollerblading because you're that good at rollerblading? Hatsune Miku concert would be a first date. That ooh, would absolutely. Hatsune Miku, my beloved. Ironic to say sports ball with the pick of the sport that uses a puck. My bad. Say shopping. I guess antique shopping. It's more person dependent, but it could be fun. You know, B tier is fine. Making pizza together. Why not? I'd say. You know, if I have like outdoor grilling, yeah, that could be, I guess, B tier as well. I mean, you could, you know, laugh about like how good or not good the food was afterwards. Yeah. I'm at a Ren. I've actually never been to Ren Fair before. It could be interesting if it's like their first time and stuff. Yeah. Their safety gear definitely is better suited for the bedroom. Oh, I see. So I think you're just better. Cooking together is pretty fun. Yeah. I'm like, I would put this in B+ if I could. Depends on how much they enjoy cooking. You can just like talk in the kitchen too and stuff, I suppose. Depends on how much of a cook they are too. If they suck at cooking, but if they're great at cooking, they want to show off. Yeah, this one, these could go either way, but yeah. Yeah. I will say cooking is usually more fun with someone else, but yeah. Let's see. This one is, I guess this is a garage sale flea market. I don't know. I'm just gonna assume it's similar to the bazaar thing, whatever over here. Okay, I just realized my fingers smell like coin now. I can smell like the metal on them. Okay. I was like playing with my dollar coin too much. Is this a zoo? That. Why Why does this ostrich look like a merge of like some other animal and like an ostrich or emu or whatever? Whatever. Okay, zoo. Zoo can be fun. Obviously it's gonna be a little stinky, but I don't know, zoos are fun. Yeah, you know what? Solid B tier. Solid B tier. It's a zoo. Seems like horse riding. Do for sure order out a lot if it comes bad. Yeah, I'm not sure. You can get better cooking together, true. Yeah. Okay. Escape room. A certified pot class of Moose experience. No! Oh my god. Okay. Escape room, I would say. Oh god, what do I put for escape room? Horse riding date would be cool. Yeah, it certainly could be. I think escape room. I know there's a lot of people who enjoy escape rooms. I enjoy escape rooms too. But sometimes you get stuck. I don't know if I put A or B. A or B. A or B. Rooms are very hit or miss too. Yeah. That's to gauge your partner's tones and how you two will argue in the future. Yeah, it does hit some potential like relationship points and stuff that would be important to like know. We're making sure your partner is a complete dumbass. Yeah. Suck as a first date. Oh, I keep forgetting. Yeah, for a first date. Yeah, it depends on how adventurous your partner is, I suppose. Yeah. Get your girlfriend annoyed with the puzzle, maybe. We'll see. Okay, and what is this? Why is like a Christmassy? I don't know, dude. I really just don't know what this is. I'm just gonna consider it like the same as the Bizarro place, whatever. Okay, what is this? Oh, water park. That is intimidating for a first date. I've been to a pool party with like an SO in the past, but like that was definitely like a 6 months in kind of thing. It was also like invited by a bunch of mutual friends and stuff, and that was a fun time back then. But yeah, pool party first date. I mean, if you guys are, you know, really all about it, I guess. But pool is, I don't know. This has some food stalls, I guess. I don't know. Applying for an auto loan is a B-rate first date. That's so stupid. Let's go apply for insurance together. It sounds like a blast. I just don't know about first date blast. But yeah, we're in stuff like the back together would be pretty. Like the beach together. Beach maybe. Yeah. What a park when you really the pool. Like, oh my god, no. If you're like friends already and know each other, yeah. But yeah, water park is definitely one of those that's like. I'll put it next to escape room because it can be hit or miss, I guess, when it comes to like how likely your other person is to be, especially on the first date with it. Yeah, that's fun. Don't get me wrong, but like, the personal comfortability. Kayaking, first date. I would put kayaking. You have to do work, and it actually gets super tiring. I'm gonna put kayaking next to like rollerblading and stuff. It has like that similar level of like almost adventure like feel to it, but with a fair amount of effort, because kayaking I've learned is not, or I guess it's more canoeing, whatever, but it's still like it does require quite a bit of strength, and you don't want your partner getting tired out like 2 minutes in or something. The ad is blocking the top. Sorry. There you go. Here, let me see if I zoom out if the ad goes away. All right, ad went away. Let's go. Welcome back in as well. Does Talking the water park rent it? Yes, I've heard about it. And unfortunately, seen season 3. Or no. Oh no, it's season 4. Fuck. Yeah, make sure your phone doesn't take a dip. Yeah. Okay, what is this? Puzzles? Oh, it's like card games, but yeah, that could be fun. Maybe in like, I'd say those are usually fun in like a group. But I mean, there could be some one-on-ones too. You know, maybe if you bring this to McDonald's and you play card games together at McDonald's, fantastic. I'd say A tier. In that case, maybe A tier. Why not? Get the harem together? Yeah, board game date. Yeah. Convince you to move McDonald's to S tier. I'm sorry. I love McDonald's, but S tier is that might be much. I don't know if McDonald's is that amazing. It's pretty great, but it's at the end of the day, it is a stepping stone. But it is a very good, solid stepping stone. Yeah. Oh, also, hi, Lentella. I just noticed. How you doing? Welcome back in, Mr. Manager. There is a looking at your date and going, it's time to drink water. Wait, sorry, duel. And then mocking her with your meta Yu-Gi-Oh deck, a mog of the ages. Dun dun dun. S tier because if they say yes to board games, they're the one.
Everybody,
Yeah, yeah. That's it. Wait, nice. Thanks so much for your sub for 26 months with your prime. Thank you for 2 years and 2 months, White Miss. All right, content. Yeah, hope you're enjoying it. One of those double dates, team up with a partner to make the other partnership suffer and never rise from the shame and humiliation. Exactly, Darka. Yeah, that card games say a first date, double date or something. But yeah. Did you play Burger King yet? It's not on the list, unfortunately. I would if I could. First date, playing a 10-minute long Yu-Gi-Oh turn, crushing your date. Dun, dun, dun. That's also okay. Biking. Honestly, biking is nice and casual. You don't have to go super far. Some people probably put this lower. I actually enjoy just going outside a lot. I would enjoy the heck out of this. Now, obviously, there is a theme here. It's like Pocket. Why do the top two have S's next to them? I wonder. But like, I don't know. I like going outside when I can. Some people might differ. Well, maybe I should put this in A because biking usually entails like a longer distance and maybe your partner isn't ready for that. But yeah, I think overall when it comes to general safeness, maybe just a casual picnic is like the safest one. And then biking might be a little bit more adventurous, but still can be casual. It's like, is it 1 out of a million? First date playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I wonder how often you ever get a second date out of it. Oh. I don't know if any of my friends have played Yu-Gi-Oh! On their first date. I know one of my friends' ex-boyfriend used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, or maybe they still do. I don't know. But I don't think they've ever tried playing it with them. I think they might try teaching it. I remember I tried teaching it to them and to me at one point. But I got like killed in like 2 turns after waiting 10 minutes for the enemy to make their turn. So yeah. Because Saga is no. Hi George, welcome back in as well. So if you see that they play stun, you know they're an absolute psychopath. Damn. McDonald's could all be all fast food. I guess so. Yeah, it's universal enough, I suppose. Board game cafe. Yeah, board game cafes would be great, actually. Yeah. Maybe I should win. I could teach you. Pokemon TCG Pocket has been enough. I hit Master Ball rank the other day while I was like eating my dinner. Usually like I try to find something to do while I'm like eating food at my desk, and it's like, well, let's just get some Pokemon TCG Pocket matches out of the way while I listen to YouTube or something, since I'm not gonna be working on recordings or whatever. And I hit Master Ball rank. Yoo-hoo! Congrats. Thanks, Outlaws. Yeah, it's all thanks to my trusty what is my deck again? Double Chandelier, not the fire, but the Psychic Chandelier, plus what does someone call it? Or sorry, not double, single Chandelier plus like freaking Mega Evo Altaria, which is like the cheesiest card in the game, I feel like, because it's like 2 energy 130 should be illegal. 2 energy for 130 basically guaranteed almost every single time, because Psychic is one of the easiest Pokemons to draw out, thanks to the fact that Melota exists, and like, I don't know, you also have Cleffa for everyone else, and obviously like Mystic Slab, I guess. I don't even use Mystic Slab in that deck though. And then there's also, what is it, Shinotic as well, and like who else can you pull out with like other Psychics? I don't know, there's just too many Psychics, but like Melota specifically is just such a problem. But you know what? It's a problem that works in my favor because I learned how to play to it. Oh, let a rank, huh? That isn't egregious compared to 130 for 1 energy. Hydreigon is actually just too messed up. Oh, yeah. Hydreigon decks piss me off. Don't get me wrong. I hate all the stupid solo Mega Absol double Hydreigon with freaking Jingling or what. Actually, I don't care about Jingling because I actually use the deck that uses no items. So Jingling actually isn't a concern to me. But like, yeah, no, 1 energy Hydreigon. Oh, but they do 30 damage to themselves every time they load 2 energy from the energy zone onto the Hydreigon. Who cares? It's still broken! Anyways, it sucks. And it's like, you can't even counter it with red. You can't counter it with red with freaking Altaria, Mega Altaria, because Altaria only maxes out at 130. And red gives you plus 20, but it's not EX. It's like the only way to counter it with a one-shot is to both Giovanni and training stage. So you get the plus 10 from the training stage stadium for Altaria to 140 and then Giovanni to up to 150. And that's stupid because nobody runs Giovanni unless you're a weirdo. I hate it. I hate it here. Usually their other Pokemon now is Nihilego. Deal 30 to us. Yeah, Nihilego with the freaking poison barb on their Hydreigons and that kind of BS. I hate it. It's a lucky, yeah, lucky Ice Pop. It's so stupid. True card gamer? Yeah. It's so dumb. I'm just like, okay, let's flip those coins. Let's see those Ice Pops. But it's whatever. I got through it. I got through it eventually. I averaged more wins than losses over them, so it's fine. I ran 2 Giovanni with the Darkrai Kangaskhan. Oh, Giovanni and Kangaskhan because you get plus 10 to each hit, not just the total damage. So instead of 120, it's actually 140 because of how Kangaskhan hits. Yeah, the double with the Giovanni card. Turn early in the season. Nice. Yeah, that sounds like it has a lot of potential there. Never mind Greninja BS. Yeah, Greninja kind of pisses me off a little bit. But at the same time, it's like, Greninja, the reason I don't really run evolutions that don't have a starter that has 50 HP or less is because I rely so much on the Listy attack. I am so sorry. We were talking about first date ideas. I'm going to get my freaking Pokemon TCG Tism out of the way. Once I'm done, I'll get back to this. But for me personally, when it comes to like running decks that have evolutions, it's either you have a starting 50 HP, or I'm not using you unless you're pure basic form or something. So the reason why I run Altaria, Mega Altaria, plus Chandelier, plus, oh, I'm sorry, I also have a Shiinotic, because Shiinotic has a basic 50 HP. I used to run Sylveon, but I got too many instances where I got Greninja, Cyrus into like my Sylveon EX that then caused me to lose 2 points and lose the game basically. Because I usually do set up with like one Melota if I'm lucky, one Melota or Cleffa, hopefully on average, get one of them start out, start drawing my cards from their effects. And then get like use Listia to essentially draw out my my Litwick for my future Chandelier and my my Swablu for my future Mega Altaria. And once I have those guys out, then it's like, okay, I just need to evolve once for the Mega Altaria and I evolve twice for the Chandelier, because I don't even run Rare Candy for my Chandelier, even though it's a stage 2, it's like I could. I actually prefer running Litwick plus the Lampent into the Chandelier because I have more Pokemon cards that specifically draw out other Pokemon specific cards. And I can't just draw out Rare Candy with like, you know, a Cleffa or a Melota, right? Melota draws out Psychic Pokemon. Cleffa draws out just Pokemon in general. So it's like, okay, I might as well just run the Lampent, I guess, anyways. And it's just like more consistent that way, because that's what I'm aiming for, is consistency. And that way I don't have to worry about anyone who pulls like, you know, the Chingling BS where it's like, oh, look at that, I got Chingling as my starter, haha, now you can't use items until you kill it, haha. Anyways, but yeah. In tournaments, the thing they run with Mega Altaria now is that Gourgeist, stage 1 that hits for 70 for one that discards a card. I used to run Gourgeist. That was like my initial version of the deck I run now. I used to run Gourgeist, but I learned that it was just not really enough. I needed more finishing Pokemon. So that's why I had the Chandelier, the Psychic Chandelier specifically, because I could ramp up that damage pretty early on. Like 1 Energy 70 is nice, but I noticed for consistency, and also the problem with Gourgeist is the fact that your basic is a 60 or 70. I forgot how much Pumpkaboo is, but Pumpkaboo is only 60 or 70 HP. So the problem with that is you can't pull it out with Listia, and it's all about the Listia attack. I run double Listia and double May. I am drawing cards constantly and using supporters constantly, so I can ramp up that Chandelier, the Psychic Chandelier damage up faster sooner, and have a higher chance of obviously drawing out the right cards. If I'm starting with, if I have Pumpkaboo is not drawn out with Listia, obviously, because it's 60 or 70 HP. I forgot exactly. 60. Thank you, Dark Grit. So I don't get the advantage of that Listia attack. So, I mean, I used to use that, but I just noticed more consistency with running a deck with only 50 HP basics at least, except for Melota, because Melota is allowed to do Melota things. Because you start with Melota, you're gaming from the beginning. You're drawing cards with her passive, and she's not even an EX. You don't have to worry about her dying and losing 2 points. You just lose the 1 point. You call that a filler. I let my Melota die. Usually by the time my Melota dies, I have my Chandelier up and ready to go with at least 100, 120 damage ramped up from all the supporter cards I've used by the time my Melota dies, unless they get really lucky with some like like, I don't know, 2-turn freaking Rampardos evolution bullshit or whatever. But that, it doesn't really happen as often. Anyways, aside from that, or like, you know, Hydreigon, you know, a 2-turn, whatever, evolution bullshit because they get really lucky and stuff like that. But barring those circumstances, I usually have my Chandelure up in time to then nuke 1 or 2 of their guys to get me at least 1 or 2 points. And then by that point, they knock out my Chandelure, and I'm only down 2 points. I still have 1 remaining before I lose because I just lost Melota and I just lost Chandelure, who both are only non-EXs. And then I set up my Mega Altaria, who's the Mega of Evo. So 190 HP for only a stage 1 Evo. They have so much to chew through. Obviously, they could obviously maybe Sabrina me, Cyrus me if they get lucky with, like, I don't know, damaging one of my other Pokemon with, again, Greninja stuff, or Sabrina me, hit 1, make me swap out again back to my Altaria, and then Cyrus me again afterwards. But usually when you're dependent on that many unique cards for that kind of setup, I notice more times than not, you just don't get the right cards you need when you need them, you know? Whereas like Chandelure, especially what I love about Chandelure is the fact that 1, you can draw a lot quicker with like just how psychic cards work now, especially. And also 2, you get more payoff for the more cards you spend, basically, or more cards that supporters obviously specifically use. So you both get rewarded for using more supporters early on to draw out more cards, but you also get more damage for each supporter card you use. So it's like a feedback loop, basically. It's like one of the few deck structures I found that makes good use of every single card in the deck to a certain degree. How do we get Pocky yapping about food to Pokemon? I don't know. I'm sorry. Anyways, thanks for Hydra, Mender, Excel. Thank you. So Pocket's not a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I'm not familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh as much as I am with Pokemon, and I'm scared to take on another TCG. But yeah, I think that's way too much card draw having teammate to Lucia. Darker, if you want to challenge me, you're more than welcome to. We can do like a best of like 5, best of 3, best of 7, whatever. I feel pretty confident in my deck drawing capabilities, even though it is excessive. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, you're overcapping because I'm running, how many 50 HP I'm running? I'm running the Litwick, which is 50 HP. I'm running the Double Cleffa, which is, wait, am I double or single? I forgot. I think it's Double Cleffa. Double Cleffa, which is 30 HP, it still counts within that 50 HP threshold for Alicia to draw. I'm running Swablu, obviously, into Altaria. So Swablu is 50 HP. So that's 4 of them. And then I'm running the, not Shiinotic, more lol. It's something lol. I keep forgetting the name of the basic form of Shiinotic, but the baby mushroom, dude. That is also 50 HP starting. So that's 5 Pokemon. That's 5 basics that are 50 or lower, to draw out with Lucia. And then obviously it's like, but Pocket, it's like, what if you get like 2 or 3 of those in your starting hand? Then like you're overcapping because Lucia's, you could potentially drop to 4, but you only have like maybe 2 left in your deck. You have 3 starting in your hand. And that's where the Mays come in to then swap those out. And the benefits about the Lucia and the May is even when you run out of Pokemon in your entire deck, as long as you still have at least 1 card left in your deck, it doesn't matter if it's a Pokemon or not, you are allowed to use Lucia and you are allowed to use May. It just won't have any effect because there's no Pokemon to swap out for. But they will still get used and they will still get sent to the discard pile, which will count towards your Chandelure's totaling damage because of Chandelure's primary attack effect, obviously. So for that reason, it's like, yes, they do kind of get overused to a certain extent, but they still have use as long as I time my cards correctly and don't drop my entire deck too soon before I use up all my supporters to maximize my Chandelure damage. Gets to run Training Area too, so it hits for 80 and Mega Altaria hits for 140. Yeah, I will say Training Area does help with Mega Altaria. I find myself using what is it called? Weird Plaza? Odd Plaza? It's the one for Psychics where they get -2 energy retreat cost. Either way, I've seen a lot of people run Training Area. I usually run Peculiar Plaza, I think it's called, sorry. But yeah, Peculiar Plaza, thank you, yeah. How's everyone doing today? Hi, Wyatt! We were talking about first date ideas, and we got to talking about board games, and then I started nerding about Pokemon TCG Pocket, so don't worry about it. Welcome back into Wyatt! Just I don't know, spewing my minuscule amount of TISM card game knowledge. But yeah, I posted a tourney winning Gorgeist list and the stuff to see in stream. I see. I'm okay. I mean, yeah, I can maybe take a look at it on like the next Pokemon stream. But yeah, I'm just at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I hit Master Ball rank. I see like the only thing in front of me at this point is like trying to go for top 10,000. I'm like, I'm good. I'm just happy with Master Ball. I've been doing a bit of leather working after wiring some lights from my above desk. Ooh, a bit of an engineer. Let's go. Hell yeah, dude. That sounds awesome. Good as a Yu-Gi-Oh player, I can tell you that Yu-Gi-Oh is ass. Thank you, Lara. Glad to get some first-hand opinions, I guess. Takes a dump on Oricorio if you see it. Just know if you see someone playing Oricorio, they're getting an ass whipping from my Dragon, which makes me smile. I love it when I see someone starting out with double Oricorios as their first 2 starting Pokemon on the field. And I just put out like my Melota, and then they see me put down my Chandelier eventually, and they're just like, yeah, I'm fucked. And it's like most of the time the people I've seen who run Oricorio are like trying to do some like gimmick with like obviously like the Magneton, you know, Volt Charge ability, and then try and like, you know, pass it off to like their like a Mega Kangaskhan or something with like elemental wand, but or whatever it's called, like the thing that like transfers electric, water, or fire energy to the active Pokemon. But it's like most of the time it just backfires because they don't get the right starters, because they just get Oricorio at first, and it's like, cool, I'm just going to snipe your Oricorio, I'm going to snipe your other Oricorio, and I'm going to Sabrina you away from your Kangaskhan, and then one-shot your Magneton. GG. Anyways, 2-shot bar lights above the desk is bright. That sounds like it would be quite up there on the lumen scale, I would imagine. Yeah. The first Mega Pack really did such a horrible thing for the meta, where it emphasized everything I hate about Pocket, Rare Candy Rush, and going second is so broken and unfair. I think Hydreigon just shouldn't exist. Or at least should not exist with how it exists currently. It is 30 HP. For 2 energy, it's just no. For 1 energy, maybe. 2 energy is too much. There's no Pokemon in the game that can just, quote unquote, give themselves 2 energy with an ability. The closest thing is Giratina, and that forces you to lose a turn, and it's only 1 energy. Like, no other Pokemon except for, I guess, technically speaking, if you include, like, I guess, what, Manaphy, who gives it 1 energy to 2 different Pokemon. You can't give it to the same Pokemon, though. Or Dialga, but Dialga sucks if you don't go second, because it's just sitting there, waiting to take damage. It can't even evolve. That's the only benefit to going first, is getting to, I guess, play your cards first, technically, but also, like, get to evolve first after your opponent takes a turn with energy. But, like, yeah, besides Dialga, which, again, is a pain in the ass to use, I don't think any Pokemon should have an ability that just gives them 2 energy. That is too much. Hydreigon should exist as Rampardos only because you can't lead on Fossil into Candy Rampardos. You have to draw into it. True. Yeah. Never mind, the self-damage isn't healed with Ice Pop on the same turn. Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's only if Rampardos kills. If Rampardos doesn't kill, then it gets away with it, right? But obviously the whole point is to kill. So there's always something to think about there. But yeah. Or Corey just run with Magneton these days, or different rib strategies. Yeah. I don't know what they're thinking with Hydreigon. Hydreigon is just so annoying, dude. I'm just like, I've seen that deck, I think, at least 4 out of 5 battles had Hydreigon Absol BS in it. I'm just like, yep, it's just a coin toss at this point. It's either I evolve first and get to them, or they evolve first and get to me. And the thing I hate about it especially too is even though Chandelure stage 2 non-EX Pokemon is 150 base HP, and Hydreigon is only 130 damage, because of the fact Chandelure is weak to dark, it gets one shot by freaking stupid Hydreigons. So my only options are either Cape or I guess fucking Blue, but who the hell runs Blue? I'm like, it makes me so sad. Mewtwo versus Pikachu Swarm, good times. Good old days, am I right? Fighting Get? Yeah. I remember Hydreigon being an energy accelerator for an annoying deck back in Gen 5. All days the first set Pikachu EX, bench spam, and Starmie EX. Oh my god, the Starmie EX spam, yeah. No card games going down to a D tier. I was happy to trade away my blue when 2-star trading was new. Nice. Yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry. Okay. Nerd TCG talk over. So I have to finish this tier list. We got like 6 more to go. Oh my gosh. Okay. I should probably like timestamp that actually. I don't know. Maybe people will just enjoy it when they get to it in the VOD. Who knows? Okay. What is this? Go-kart racing. I think this really goes up there. First date idea and stuff. This could be a lot of fun. It's just this. Yeah. Really depends on how adventurous you are, but yeah, also in B tier. Can you? Yeah. Same thing. Same thing. Right up there next to like kayaking, whatever. Excuse me. Tennis. This one is a little bit more and like face to face, which is nice, and it's like not too intensive, depending on how I guess intensive you guys get with it. are so fun, but also depends on the person. Yeah, like a lot of these. Other fun turn 1, EV into Jolteon EX in the active spot. Other player starts getting damage tickets. Yeah, that annoys me a little bit. Not gonna lie. Jolteon EX, I'm just like, okay, you know what? If you get lucky enough for that, I'm just gonna give it to you. I'm not gonna play this out, dude. 20 damage every time I attach energy, and you're probably just gonna Cyrus me after? Dude, screw that. I like Jolteon stuff can really punish Hydreigon, but Hydreigon is also BS Ice Pop. Yeah, I hate how the only way to answer BS is with more BS, but they're also like, I don't know. Why they make Ice Pop Misty for every deck, right? I hate like having, I'm sorry, I need to stop talking about things I dislike. But it is genuinely annoying, especially like I've had a moment where I got a Mega Kangaskhan down from like 180 all the way down to fucking to like 20. And then they freaking Ice popped it all the way back to, I kid you not, 140. 140. One item, no card in the game, should allow you to gain 120 HP without severe consequences. And like the closest I can think to that is like what? Diantha? That makes you give up 2 psychic energy for 90 HP. Or like what? That one other card that interacts with like Sarina and one other card. I forgot her name. Like Hana or something. I forgot. She's got like a flowery Hawaiian kind of style clip on her hair and stuff, I think. But she like removes all damage from your Sarina at the cost of all of their energy attached. But it's like, I mean, that's I guess kind of fair because they're not that high HP pulls to begin with. But like, dude, what's Misty Pop? We love Misty Pop. I've never done go-karting. Would love to. Yeah, go-karting looks fun. I think I've done it like twice. But yeah, that's fun. Last time I remember. All right, tennis though. Yeah, I think tennis really just goes up there with here. I'll put tennis up here. B tier. Rock climbing, also B tier. Rock climbing will absolutely wreck your body if you're not used to working out this much to begin with. So really know your partner before doing this. But because if you do it blind, you will both be sore and near unable to move the next day if you've never done anything this intensive before, like I did. The one time I went out with like a couple of my friends to do it, and I was like, oh, I did not realize what I signed myself up for. It's so fun. It is! Good card place matters? Yeah. Is it for Gardevoir? Yeah, Mega Gardevoir specifically. But I guess what Mega Gardevoir is weak to? Hydreigon. Yep, sure is. Heal 90 doesn't matter when you get hit for 150 twice in a row. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I'm gonna power up a few Drifloon. It's funny. Yeah, it's a funny concept. I have the Mega Gardevoir deck built for the Drifloon setup with like, what is her face? The purple haired lady. I keep forgetting her name with like the big twin tails or whatever. But yeah, it's fun, but it's just not consistent. At least for me, as consistent as some of my other decks. Let's see. Oh, Mario Kart! There is, well, it's a Mario Party, but this is easy fun. I think this is pretty easy fun. Easy A tier. Easy A tier. I'll put it like right here. Yeah. Actually, no, I'll put it like right here. Yeah. Easy A tier. Is this a bar? That's a very fancy bar. That looks expensive. That's going in D tier because it's expensive. Is this like some kind of fancy charcuterie meat or something? You know what? I'm going to put that in the bizarre place. That's like going to like a farmer's market. That's like going to, I don't know, like a night market. That's like going to like, I don't know, those like alley shops, whatever. I'll put it in D tier. All right, all bars expensive. Yeah, kebabs. Yeah, so totally Pocky. My bad. Need Mega Mewtwo to be released with the attack. Delete all Dragons from your opponent's deck. Hell yeah! Pocky, the Donjo, what are you talking about? There's no... I'm sorry, I literally didn't see a Donjo. Date survives Mario Kart, the relationship probably last. Yeah, buy beer, then versus get it outside the bar. It's a massive markup. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If anything, just go to the grocery store, get a beer, then play, you know, duke it out over some Mario Kart. But yeah, there's Pocky's tier list. D tier. Fancy bar, fancy dining. Why? Expensive. Don't eat that. C tier. Hockey, museum, Netflix, and chill. You're kind of just like going around looking at stuff or sitting looking at a thing, but it's like, yeah, something you'd rather, I would think would be better off doing after you guys already like know each other and how each other like, you know, reacts or what each other would comment about those things or like those things. And seeing if we enter Pocky into tornado shell, butter her opponent or crash out. Exactly. Also, hi Amoeba! Thank you so much for the 10 stream. What strike? Thank you, Amoeba. Hope our resident microwave peel grape enjoyers did well today. Main coworkers, the funny story how his wife bit him while they were playing Mario Kart. Get a wife that will absolutely eat, take a chunk out of you as part of her crash out over Mario Kart. Oh man, you don't like hockey? And I don't mind hockey. I've actually been to one of my older friends plays is like in like a hockey team and stuff. And every so often, they sometimes like have a game in like the state I used to live in at least now. And it's like, oh yeah, you know, and then me and a couple of my other friends that lived in the same state would just go out to see them play and stuff. And it's cool. It's like fun to support someone, but that you know. But when you're just like watching other people, it's like, I don't know, it's different, I guess. But yeah. Women should bite men more shows the other that they oh my god, dude, what? Howdy Pocket, howdy Amoeba. Barters, yeah. I'm bargaining told that a shitty Cuba Libre was like 15 bucks, and then I just went and bought 2 bottles of rum at the grocery store for that price. Damn, really be like that though. And the end of this year, we learned that we should all go out and eat some McDonald's, and also you're gonna see it. Exactly, Doncho. Thank you for the stream summary. Okay, but yeah, what's it looking at? Oh yeah, so C tier. B tier, rock climbing will absolutely wreck your muscles and stuff if you are not properly worked up and prepared enough to do it. And if you do it like, you know, blind without having done much of any intensive workout before, go slow, go easy. Don't push yourself too much, even if you think you can keep going, because you will regret it the next day, you and your partner. But it is otherwise very fun. What is this? Like kayaking / like canoeing. These are like, I don't know, I consider them the same thing for these tiers. Again, can be fun if you're both up for adventurous kind of like outings and stuff. But again, it is like physically taxing, especially like kayaking, when you're like having to push so much force into both oars over and over and over again. Yeah. Okay, next one, go-karting. Also fun, but you don't really get to like look at your partner that much because you're just in the cars, but you could also think of it as like trying to race each other specifically over anyone else that might be playing there, so it could be a fun activity. But again, that's more of a person-to-person. Water park. Not everyone is brave enough to go to like a water theme park on especially the first date, but I mean, if you're both into it and you're both okay with it, you know what, go wild, have fun. Escape room, also very dependent on like, I guess, how early and / your partner may or may not crash out at certain puzzles, and whether or not they just give up and make you do the whole thing, or if they're actually super interested and try their hardest and actually are with you the whole way. Again, one of those like, you might want to feel them out a little bit more before trying something like that. So that's why it's B tier for first date tier list. Next few ones, big ol' kebab shop / I guess night Christmassy market looking thing / garage sale / antique shop / maybe farmer's market actually instead. I don't know. All of those seem like nice, fun, casual outings. Get to look at a lot of random stuff. Maybe buy a thing or two as a keepsake or have some fun food together, and it's like a nice, chill, casual time. It is probably going to be a little bit more crowded in those kinds of places, so if your partner isn't super up for that, maybe not, but otherwise, generally speaking, it should be pretty okay. Temptation rising. So I went there's this fast food joint is a good common place to date. Now, what type of desserts they should get? My personal favorite type of dessert. What kind of dessert you should go for? I don't know, just a classic like strawberry or chocolate chip ice cream. It's just like fine with me. But yeah, that's what I have in my freezer right now. I might nom on some more of this after. But yeah, next activities. Rollerblading / ice skating. I have them like side by side. Basically same diff when it comes to like intensity and like vibe. Or similar vibe. Not exactly the same vibe. But yeah. Definitely opportunities to like hold your partner's hand to help stabilize them and stuff. But it is still a little scary and like a little bit like, you know, fast moving obviously. So again, hope that your partner is super down and just like willing to just like try different stuff if they're not already familiar with it. But again, can be a very fun thing. Tennis, nice casual thing. You're not really close enough on the court to like have a lot of casual conversations. You're usually focused on the ball, but it keeps your mind focused on the thing. And it's like a fun thing because it's very involved, and it's like not just very involved, it is constantly involved without being too physically demanding, at least comparatively to like something like rock climbing or kayaking is essentially here. And it is definitely a more intimate activity where it's just like one-on-one. But not necessarily the easiest for like casual conversation unless you're like playing like close together or just like are okay with constantly like shouting across the court. Starbucks, very much like box standard. Come here, have a coffee, have a chat. Do you. Not necessarily a place that like you would go wrong, but also it's just kind of like it feels very neutral. It's just a place to talk at, I guess, with like a drink to talk over. But it's like that is like if you have no idea, you don't know anything about this person, you were just like a friend of yours hooked you up with some rando they matched with like I don't know through another friend or whatever of theirs. And then you're just being sent in blind, sure, it's a safe place. Otherwise, not much else to really comment on. It's a Starbucks. Everyone knows what's at Starbucks for the most part. People know like what it smells like, what it looks like. But you know, you could talk about how you got set up there completely blind. Who knows? All right, movie theater / opera theater / musical theater / opera stage. Who knows? Whatever that could be classified as. Definitely it is a more focused activity. You probably won't be talking to each other as much during it. But if you are both interested in that type of genre of entertainment, whether it's opera, live, performance like theater, or just a good movie that you both maybe would be interested in, you can talk about it afterwards on the walk out of the theater and stuff. And like what you commented on. But again, very much depends on how observant both of you are about the movie, how much you care about it, and just I don't know, just how well you vibe with that kind of environment. But it's okay for a first date. Not necessarily like the number one thing I would go to, maybe like as, I don't know, a third, fourth, but it could work. Let's see. Next is grilling / cooking together and stuff. These ones, yeah, they can absolutely be fun. If either or both of you suck at cooking, it could be a funny experience to share together. If both of you are great at it, then you can take turns in the kitchen. You can't really go too wrong with it. It's a nice, fun, collaborate, and you have a good meal for afterwards. I want to put it in A tier actually, because I feel like you can't really go too wrong. Maybe I don't know. You're mostly focusing on like prepping ingredients though and getting things ready. So yeah, I don't know. It could be B or A. That one is like B+, I would put if I had a B+. Next is the zoo. I love zoos. I remember there was like a petting zoo I went to one time that had goats in it. It was one of the best things ever. But also if your partner is into like the smells and stuff, that could be an issue. But if also they don't really care and they're just like, yeah, it's a zoo, it's fun, animals are cool, the smell is there, but it's just like that's just natural and stuff, and they're just there to have a good time, then it could be an amazing time. But again, it is a zoo at the end of the day, so but I think zoos are pretty safe because like most people like animals, I think. Yeah. Okay. And then A tier, pottery, learning stuff. You are actively, this is from the perspective of most people maybe don't know how to do pottery or, just clay making in general. So there's a higher chance that both of you are learning something new that day. Learning something new with your partner is a great way, obviously, for, learning both how each of you, learn something new and also just how you deal with something that you just never really dealt with before. And just getting exposed to a new environment and getting to make something in the process that you can take them as a souvenir and stuff as to remember that day or, laugh at or whatever, however good or not good your pottery turns out to be. It's nice and safe and it's fun and casual. I think most people would be okay with this. Laser tag, a little bit more involved, but not so involved like rollerblading or kayaking for sure. It is definitely like you don't have to be running. You could be running, but it's also like it's just there to have fun. You PP at some people and then hope to find your partner in the crowd of however many people are at the laser tag place. You have a good time, you laugh about it, and then maybe go out for like some dinner afterwards or something. It's a nice light activity that doesn't require too much commitment. Like you do have to put on like the vests and stuff. It's not like you have to bring your own gear like you normally would for like rollerblading or ice skating. I guess you could rent those out, but yeah. But it's a fun activity and not too intensive that you could risk hurting yourself. Bowling, technically I guess you could hurt yourself, but not as likely as something like, I don't know, skating or kayaking, I guess. Is where they let you feed animals? Yeah, feed zoos. Bowling, very fun. It is depending on if it's like a 1-on-1, it's obviously one goes, the other goes, the other goes, the other goes, and you can definitely like talk and stuff, or in between, like while waiting for the ball, you can like watch each other's reactions. I think that's like a fun thing too as well to see. Like the last time I went bowling with a group of my friends, like about 6 or so months ago now. I remember one of the most fun parts is just seeing like each person's like one by one their reactions, just like as like they get closer but they're not quite, and then they it looks like good for like 3/4 of the lane, and it swerves off into the last second, and it's just like seeing the like just like the pain in their faces and stuff. Like you get an opportunity to see their expressions and stuff if they are more emotive. If they're not very emotive, then you just have a nice chill time, I guess, and stuff like that. But either way, can't really go too wrong, and it's not that intensive, unless they're like they can't lift the lightest ball setting or ball weight, then maybe, but by and large it's pretty okay. Let's see, mini golf also very fun. Again, especially I think if you get to be outdoors, I like that aspect of it. Again, I might be a little bit biased here. But yeah, just look at some green, be out, get some fresh air together, and just like, you could definitely make a lot of chit chat while just like walking from like putt to putt. And it's like not too intense, and considering it's again mini golf, so you're not having to like travel like longer distances, and stuff like that. And it's just like, you just kind of knock as you go. And it's a nice chill time, plenty of conversation opportunities there and stuff, while having something to simultaneously focus on. And it just feels like it has a good balance of that. Mario Kart. It's Mario Kart, it's about as involved as you can get, at least virtually, without getting too physical about it. So it should be accessible to most people, hopefully. And it brings up both the competitive side without needing like a lot of specific, I guess, like strength. Because obviously, it's like if one partner's a bit more, fitness like inclined than the other in something like bowling or like, I don't know, like tennis or something or whatever, or rock climbing, it's like you'll notice a difference. Whereas Mario Kart, it's like it's the virtual world, anything goes, unless you're dating a gamer, then that's another thing. But either way, it can be a lot of fun. Usually maybe pair with something else, like a meal beforehand or some other outing. So it's like that would be great in combination with something else. A Ferris wheel, same thing. Ferris wheel, I'm looking at this from the perspective of there's probably a carnival around Ferris wheel. You can probably, go shoot some soda bottles together. You can probably go, go on some other like, little like mini roller coaster rides if they're not like into like the super thrilling ones, or like, just go around and just see what's around, and then finish it off with a nice, relaxing, final spin on the Ferris wheel and have a nice scenery out, and you're chilling. Was an arcade one of the day ideas? Not an arcade specifically, but there are many things here you would find in an arcade. Obviously, like a bowling alley, maybe Mario Kart, or just any form of racing games. Maybe board games, but that feels more of a standalone thing. Yeah. What about Mario Party on the first date? Mario Party with only 2 people? I don't know. If you had like a couple of friends to add to that, then maybe. But yeah, is doing each other's gotcha dailies a good first date? What? That's like asking if like doing chores for each other is like a good first date idea. And if I were getting girls, she'd definitely love that. I mean, maybe. I guess if that she's into that kind of thing. There's recommendations, yeah. Doing chores, yeah. Mario first date, wow. When we play some Mario Kart, we chat while we eat some McDonald's. It's Valentine. My voice is dying, dude. I'm like, excuse me. We can talk about Mario Party, but yeah, I don't know what the next Mario Party show would be. Okay, and the next is dancing. So obviously it gets your body moving and not too intense either. It is a bit more, I guess, potentially nerve-wracking, especially if they're like nervous about like their movements or how well they're dancing or not. But at the same time, I think dancing is one of those pretty universal things where it's like, I think more people than not can just have a nice laugh about it, if nothing else. It's more generally accepted normal activity, I suppose, than like, I don't know, maybe gaming if you're not with someone who's like super much of a gamer, I guess. But like dancing, I think, is like something almost anyone can enjoy, without it being too strenuous or anything like that. Honey, it's true. Your so-called friends stealing your stars in the last turn. Make sure you win to Bowser. Yeah. Next one is sailing, sailboats. I don't think I've actually ever like sailed a boat personally myself. I've been on a boat, quite a few times, but sailing and stuff, I guess, if it's from the perspective of like, oh, there's the one steering and you're the one helping, and you're kind of figuring it out as you go, like that could be fun. But I'm thinking more times than it's probably like there's like a dedicated person that's like on there with you guys that's like meant to pilot the boat. And then you guys just, chill and look at the scenery and stuff. And even in that context, it's nice and relaxing and it's chill. And if you're the ones piloting it, then it's a learning experience, or it's a team building experience if you're both already, know how to do it. Either way, it's collaborative and hopefully not too intensive. I know boating, especially sailing, when it comes to like hoisting the sails and directing it and all that stuff with all the different rope systems and stuff, can be a bit much. But if you're doing it, you probably hopefully know what you're doing for something like that. Definitely my favorite old school RuneScape skill. Nice. Next is board games. It's about as easy as it gets. Board games, card games, whatever, nice and casual. Like go to a board game cafe, maybe grab a snack beforehand or afterwards. And either learn a new game together, have the other person, teach you, or you teach them, Pokemon, woohoo. Like the theme song. But like, either way, you can't really go too wrong. If they're scared of like, more strenuous activities, this is about as non-strenuous as it gets. And, there's just room for fun and learning, and that's about as good as it gets. Biking, hopefully not too strenuous. It can obviously be considered more strenuous, especially if you're going for like longer distances, like, closer to like if you're doing like a 5K or something, one of these, like. But for like a nice casual bike ride, I think they can be nice. And especially for bike rides, it's one of those activities where it's like it really adds an extra level of like motion to, like, if you're just like going out for a walk together, around like a hiking trail or something. It's like you can obviously take in the scenery and stuff, and I think hopefully a lot of people are okay with just like, not needing to yap over it. But especially with biking, I feel like there's an extra layer of activity going on where it's like there's an even lower expectation for like yapping. So it's like especially if you're not great with like conversations and stuff, but you like the outdoors and everything, or you want to you and your partner, like, you want to help like go out for like a nice stroll together, then yeah, biking. But at this point, I'm considering biking and like walking, just like going out for a walk together hand in hand. Obviously there's the picnic, I guess, and we can in fact infer that into that. But yeah, again, the only downside of biking is, if you don't know how to ride a bike, then it's scary, and not everyone wants to learn when they're like, in their like 20s or something, but you never know. But overall, I would enjoy it at least. McDonald's, one more needs to be said. Go there, grab your nuggies, grab your fries, figure out like what each other's food preferences are. When it comes to like their fast foods, do they like their fries extra salty? Do they like onions in their burgers or whatever? But it's at the same time, it's like, it's mostly a stepping stone. It's a very safe but also enjoyable stepping stone. You eat food, gets you into good food, and then you go somewhere next to maybe your destination, or you wind down at the end of a day. But either way, McDonald's is considered more of like a pit stop for either before, after, or in between, but not necessarily a destination. But it is a very, very good universal add-on. Better Nuckies, yeah. And then finally is a picnic. This is in a very public setting, obviously, and you're just sitting down, having a nice meal, taking in the atmosphere. There's hopefully no pressure to have conversation. You just sit in, taking the sights, just go people watching, listen to the birds, watch the birds. Actually, one of my friends, they and their partner sometimes go out and like go bird watching with like, they have like binoculars and stuff they bring with them, and they try to like identify birds and like, confirm it on their phones of like, yeah, I found this one or whatever. And it's like, it's cute. So it's like, I've definitely seen some people enjoy those kinds of outings. Again, maybe not for everyone, I guess. Not everyone likes being, I guess, outdoors and just, I don't know, having a meal outside. But I think there's going to be more people that are okay with that than not. But again, that's just my assumption. But yeah, and there you go. The first day tier list is done! My voice is so shot, dude. I've been yapping for almost 3.5 hours consistent. I think that's the problem with this stream too, is because of just how much yapping I've done. Because like, a lot of our other streams that we've done, I feel like the at least had a little bit more intermissions, because sometimes we end up doing like a bit of story or something, which I do want to play more of the Neverness to Everness closed beta story on stream soon. But I am also exhausted. Yeah. Well, yippee! That was fun. Thanks guys for enjoying. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jimmy, Ortiz, Valos, Doncho. Get in a fight with the birds after they steal food from the basket. Beach Seagull DLC, let's go. Hell yeah, Lara. Yeah, do a second. No. Second date tier list. Ain't no way. These little clappies, ABC words, amoeba. Tier list streams are fun. Yeah! It's been a minute since we did one of these, so I thought this would be a fun idea for Valentine's Day. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the fun little yaps and tearing and I guess random Pokemon TCG talk for like a little bit, and also I guess General, I guess, life and relationship as advice. I don't know. Whatever. TED Talks and yours truly. Wah! I miss me treacherous, bro. I am so parched. I'm going to go grab some more water and I'm going to go piss squirrel. But before I do, I am going to send you guys off to another stream where I find on tonight. But thank you guys for joining Pocket today. I had fun and I hope you guys had fun. And I also hope you guys enjoyed this absolutely fire image of Fiji that we drew earlier. Like look at that Fiji bottle, thinking they could call everyone short without realizing, oh, look at that, they're not even 5 centimeters, including the bottle cap. Wow. Anyway, if you want to see more of Pocky's shenanigans, I guess, if you check out the Discord, !Discord. And that's where you see Pocky's announcements every single day around 1 p.m. Pacific time. Usually-ish is when I post. But yeah, usually I'm just on one day on, one day on, and one day off the next, and then, you know, rinse and repeat. One day on, one day off, one day on, one day off. So every other day, basically. But, you know, that's where you find out what Pocky gets up to, usually. Let's see here. Pocky Picasso. Hell yeah. Thanks, Kazakhstan. Thanks for the stream. Very chill stream vibes. Bye-bye. See you next time. See you next time too. Quasar Zero. Thank you. And hope you had a good Valentine. Thanks, Sancho. Sure did. Have a good rest of your weekend. You too, Demi. Time to reboot. Yeah, we can read into Boo. And then wish her a happy Bukit Galentine's Day, she called it, I think. The other day. Thank you for the lovely stream. Thank you for caring for us. Good night. I'll have you guys. ABC words. Take care. Next, we need a proposal location to us. Jesus, Anita. And probably have a good night, Daxters. Also, make sure to tell the other person you're going on a date, or else you might meet your heartbreaker. As Carlos found out personally, but from like the heartbreaker's perspective, not the heartbroken. Thanks for stream. Learn a lot, such as biting is mandatory. Yes, exactly, Larry D's. I'm glad you could take something away from the stream. See you later. See ya, Pocket. It was cool to see what you had to say about places. Yeah! Thanks for stopping in, so Wyatt. Pocky made it. Happy Valentinos, Pocky Tini. Hi, Banana Keeper. I'm so sorry. I'm literally just ending up. Happy Valentine's to you too, Banana Keeper. But this is the TLDR of tier list first date places. S tier, picnic in a nice open park and stuff. Chill vibes. You can just enjoy the scenery and chew on some snacks. And an A tier, McDonald's. And then you don't have to worry about anything else actually. But yeah. The curse of Banana Keeper, yeah, I'm so sorry. At least you made it literally, yeah, I don't know how you keep doing this, like right before the end of stream, but yeah. Oh man, but I hope you get to see more next time. Hopefully work doesn't keep you hostage too long. Damn. But yeah, happy Valentinos again, Banana Keeper. Night, Pocky. Night, Orchias. Thank you for watching, Pocky. Thank you to TN2 too. Wow. Thank you. Have a good night, Pocky and chat. Hopefully, you can use this list as reference for next Valentine's Day, maybe. See you later, Bella. So, have a good night, Pocky. Have a good night, chat. You too, Cook, Lemon, and Jerk. Take care. 5 centimeters is kind of big. I don't know. Wow, Amoeba. And have a good night as well, Sonic Speed. Good night, Hi Error. Good night, Shiba. My Rich, thanks for shouting at the merch as well there. And to support our pocket so you can go for the dates of McDonald's. Oh my gosh. Egg is broken, heart is too. No! I'm sorry, Banana Keeper. Hope you get to run longer next time. Bonus Stitches, Pocket Chat, thank you for your reaction to my tail. Yeah! Thanks again for sharing, Carlos. Take care. Look at her to my cause. Oh god, Orchias. We'll see how it turns out. Alright. Raid message is, what is the raid message? Okay. Bouquet. Bouquet. We're gonna say Bouquet because that's Boo Boo plus Pocket, as we found out. Bouquet says Happy Valentine's Day. Okay. We're gonna do cheer. W. Hell yeah. Hi, Mentos Spoopy. It's the first time message. Welcome in. Okay, let's go cheer. Let's go. Wait, no, where's love? Do I have pocket love? There we go. Pocket chaw love. And then hug. Perfect. Alright, that is the Valentine's Day raid message to Bibu. I will see you guys on the next one after I have recovered my throat. yapping for so long. Okay. Raid is going on. See you guys later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Have a great rest of your Valentine's Day. Bucket a place in Thailand points. I don't know that one. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.